Okay, we should be live.
AJ Styles.
Okay, guys, let us know if you can see us and hear us, if we're showing up yet on screen, because we have a slight delay. Yep, here we are.
Yes, guys, we are live and we are watching Clash at the Damn Castle here in the UK, Scotland, Glasgow, no Glasgow, as Triple H would like to call it.
Oh yeah, last night.
This is also Cody Rhodes hate along,
Yes.
if you want to call it that, because we're not a fan of Cody Rhodes. This channel is called Divergent Wizdom. Keyword Divergent. And we see the world differently, and I don't see Cody Rhodes as special at all. I think Cody Rhodes should be studied psychologically. I think his gimmick and his image and what he represents is very close to white supremacy. The blonde hair, the Homelander, the American thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit too close to that.
It's a bit too.
For me, his gimmick. And I also look at the audience and I look at the sea of the lack of diversity, and I see how everyone's crazy and singing his song,
Yeah.
and I'm like, ugh, his song is not even that good.
No.
And to see grown men, grown ass men, sing Cody Rhodes and all these things, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just glad that my mind is strong enough not to like fall for these sort of things, and I have a mind that's independent. We both
Yeah.
have a mind that's independent, that we can disagree with most of what we're seeing. Most of what the fans like, we don't like.
No.
A lot of it anyway. Um, and Cody Rhodes, I mean, the whole Cody Rhodes and the Rock thing. I'm Team Rock.
Yeah.
I'm
One
Team.
hundred percent.
We're Team Roman.
I don't even know what. Now
So
I hear all you guys crying. Oh, we want Roman. We want Roman. Yeah, because Cody's not that guy.
yeah,
He's not.
it's weird to see what's happening. I think what Cody's done because of his image,
Mm.
and because he's blonde white guy up against Samoans, up against the Rock who's half black. I think with the silent thing that people are not will never say out loud
Mm.
is that his followers,
Yeah.
the people who like Cody, they're not like us.
No.
They're the Kendrick Lamar. They're not like us.
Yeah.
That's who they are. So when people like Trick Williams are saying things like you're invited to the cookout on NXT, I'm thinking to myself, no, he's not. Yes, he might have a black wife. He might have a black wife, but he's not invited to no cookout, Cody Rhodes. He isn't. Like, I don't care. Like, black people exist all over the world, not just in America. Americans don't get to dictate the 99% of the people that are in the black people that are around the world. They don't get to dictate that. And for me, Cody Rhodes, he's just not that guy. Anyway, enough Cody Rhodes hate. We'll watch this match because we're here to have fun. And I think this pay per view will be fun. We all know Cody Rhodes will win this match. That's
Yeah.
100% certain. It's just how fun it is. I'm hoping in time people will start realizing that this guy is not it.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
hoping.
so.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm always intrigued to see, because of the foundations of wrestling is the same as the foundations of wax. I mean, black champions don't really exist in WWE in most wrestling companies.
Mm.
So because of the fan base, the crazy people in their mum's basement, because of the sort of the fan base, the school shooter type fan base, yeah, that wrestling has, yeah. Cody Rhodes will work.
Yeah, I get it.
Look at these guys. Look at them all crying and clapping and screaming.
For a lot of people,
What
like
does Cody Rhodes do for people? I
it's the
just don't get it.
psychology of it. You either see yourself in him somehow because he was portrayed as the underdog, even though he is not an underdog at all. He is a contradiction, a walking on like all most of us. But the fact that he wants you to think about the fact that there's more than one royal family, that he comes from a certain bloodline in a family. So he's saying it's nepotism, right? That he's part of, but at the same time, he's supposed to be the underdog.
Yeah.
And then so
He's
you're
such.
working a lot of trope
Yeah.
in the
I
actual
think he's like that
opposition.
proper right wing, stupid contradiction. He will say, I'm the underdog," while at the same time saying that he's part of a royal family.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have a part of a royal family, as in you've had a red carpet, or you're on the like you can't. He's that guy. He's the feelings before facts guy.
Hey, all in the game. Thank you for your comment. Yeah. Sorry, you just joined us at a bad moment because I'm relatively new to wrestling. Like I've only started watching it during the lockdowns, like the pandemic. Kofi Mania
That's
got me
funny.
involved, and
That's how you really feel about Cody.
I'm trying to understand what all the hype is
I don't get it.
around Cody. I understand, I get it, because also with Roman at the beginning, I was like, they pushed him on us hard for a year before people started doing the one. So I get it, like, there's a gimmick and a story to be told. But I was just curious as to, like, I don't see Cody as even a main roster type, not main roster,
You're funny.
not main roster,
Main event.
main event.
I mean, he is. He potentially is, but do you know what's really clever? His first match, his first 3 matches, he beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, it's how you get booked, right? He could easily come in and lost to Seth at WrestleMania and been, put or positioned below Seth on the card, but he was positioned as the number one, like babyface in the company the first day.
Yeah.
That's what they saw him as, the number one face in the company. And to be honest, he has become that, but they made him that. He didn't have to work for it. He was given everything. Like, if it was up to me, I would have booked that the 3 matches between him and Seth Rollins, he wins 2 and Seth wins 1. He wins 2-1. But they made him win all 3. The WrestleMania one, the Hell in a Cell, even though he had a torn pectoral, these guys booked him to beat Seth. It made Seth look so weak. I guess it was supposed to make him look so strong. And I'm like, it was the way that they booked him. It's been so forced. But these wrestling fans, they pick and choose when things are forced. Because Roman's been forced as well, right? He has. Yeah. But other artists like Cody, who's been forced, and they've made you believe that it isn't forced. They made you believe that you've got agency. You don't have any agency. He's been selected. He was booked this way. The Rock came back. The Rock came back purposely to put this guy over. Well, that's what it will make you believe anyway. Some people will believe that, The Rock actually came back to face Roman, but things happened and he didn't get to. Or you can believe that, do you know what? It was all a work. It was all a work to get Cody Rhodes over. And it's worked. Look at him. He's going everywhere. He goes to France. He goes to Scotland, and even people in Scotland are singing his song and singing Cody this and Cody that. But not me.
All in the game, what you saying? You said you don't get it as well. All he had was finishing his story. Yes, thank you. Thank you, all in the game. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so we're gonna get this guy to finish his story, which I thought the story was sort of finished because your story was that you lost the year before. But instead, it was like, no, let's bring it back again.
And also, what you're gonna have to see, what we will notice is that everyone around him is gonna have to work so hard to get his matches over. Like,
yeah.
Oh, what a move! Flipping that, Cody. What you're gonna see is like they already pulled the trigger. Champion versus champion. Him versus Logan, United States. They pulled that early in his reign. You already pulled the whole AJ Styles, I'm quitting WWE. They've already done that storyline. They're gonna have to do so much, right? So much, especially his opponents. They're gonna have to do so much to get his matches over, to make his matches interesting, because he just isn't. He isn't Roman.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna see.
Ugh.
Do you know what annoyed me about Cody as well? Is the fact that Brock Lesnar, yeah, and I said this before, Brock Lesnar was the mountain that Roman Reigns had to climb for years. He couldn't beat him.
Mm.
Cody Rhodes came and beat Brock Lesnar. Out of the 3 matches they had, he beat him twice. Brock Lesnar, he beat him twice. Beat Seth Rollins 3 times. It's like he also came back and won Royal Rumble 2 times in a row. He is by definition the most forced superstar down our throats in the history of superstars. In 2 years, he's won 2 Royal Rumbles, beating Seth Rollins the main sort of
Seth
superstar,
carried
Seth
the
Rollins three
whole
times,
pandemic.
beating
Yeah.
Brock twice, all in 2 years. And then people are just loving it. They're loving it.
They have to get the mum involved again. I find that interesting.
Once again, you have to get the mum involved.
Oh.
You got to do blood, bleeding. Look, now he's bleeding now. He just has to do too much for people to be interested. Like, I don't know, man. There's something about Cody that I can't buy into, man. There's something about this guy that I know he's the main guy that they've chosen, but this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. I
He's-
don't look
he's
forward to seeing
yeah.
his matches. I look forward to seeing AJ Styles in his
Yeah,
matches.
yeah.
AJ's that. He's
Cody's
that guy.
managed to just bamboozle and bring it because of the way he is like a politician. He's managed to bamboozle and brainwash the crowd. Look at these guys.
Yeah, because by definition, the same guys who are out there with the CM Punk t-shirts,
They're the they're
who's
the
anti-establishment, and then you've got Cody who is establishment, but you love the same, which is fine.
wrestling is psychology. I'm telling you, yeah. I love to watch wrestling to understand the psychology, to watch the crowd, to see who gets over and why they get over, who doesn't get over, and all of these things. I love to watch it because we're neurodivergent. So we're not like the rest of these people. We're not like them.
No.
So I like to watch and see them and see how they get excited and who excites them. And some of that LA Knight just comes out and goes, yeah. And all of a sudden they bust their pants. Like it's just, I just want to see how easy it is for some people to get over just by sounding a bit different and saying one word, and how other people have to just do the most just to get over. I just like to study these things and watch them and then talk about it because it's just so psychologically fascinating. And of course, look at the audience. If the audience is 99% white and 99% from a certain demographic, then the champions are also going to be of a certain.
Yeah, the people that.
So the wrestling audience will always dictate what we see.
Yeah. Well, why AJ's got no
AJ.
makeup on his forehead and he's got makeup
yeah.
on the rest of the face, so it's just interesting to me because I'm like,
This pink forehead, and then
I feel like he wore a hat after he got his makeup done. He put a hat on or something.
I don't get it as well. All he had was finishing the story. All in the game. All in the game says Mama Rhodes.
Yeah, Mama Rhodes. She's there in the front, getting involved.
Nah, see, Mama Rhodes.
Yeah.
Nah, The Rock is that
The Rock
guy.
is that guy. He is definitely that guy, 100%.
He came in and for the 3 months he made wrestling exciting again. And the fact of the matter is, these guys in the crowd still tried to boo him. Like he was the only reason why the Roman Reigns against Cody was interesting. He was the only reason because I didn't want to see this match again. I saw it last year. But everyone else wanted to see it, apparently. And Rock made it interesting.
Yeah, he did.
The amount of views he got onto the product, the amount of eyes you got on.
Wow, AJ.
You got wow. You got on the product in those 3 months.
Yeah.
The promos that he was cutting, it was just only his Rock, came back and he made everyone look just average. Because he's just on a different level. He is literally the biggest star. Technically, or at least one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah, and you're saying that objectively. You're not even saying that. It's like we think he is literally
I don't kiss
the
his ass. Yeah, I don't kiss
biggest
his
draw.
ass.
He makes the most money.
That's a fact. So he was always going to bring more eyes to the product. So Cody Rhodes is bleeding, giving
Yeah.
AJ some blows.
He has to do things, I think, to create the underdog story. Because when you actually look at it properly, like, you're not an underdog. You're the JFK political royal family bloodline guy. But if you're bleeding during a match, we're not thinking about all that. We're just thinking, oh gosh, he's bleeding and AJ's beating him up. So it's not to say that I totally hate Cody or anything. It's just interesting. I don't. It'll be interesting to see a year from now how do people feel about his reign.
I don't know. The same people who are like, I don't like this reign because this reign's boring, or I don't like this reign. And when it comes to someone that when you like, right, your logic goes out the window. So all the things that you said you dislike Roman for, or you dislike this person for, you're gonna somehow like Cody for the same thing. Like we haven't bought into this stuff. We're watching it, we're thinking, what is up with this Cody worship? No, but they're fully buying into Cody singing his songs. So a lot of these guys are gonna ride this Cody thing until the wheels fall off.
I don't think they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to finish the match as long as
Ooh,
because I think Cody's cut between the top of his eye, like eyebrow.
yeah, but this is what Cody. This is the AEW Cody. These guys don't mind about cutting themselves and all these things.
I was thinking more like your eyes gonna start swelling and closing off, and then you're gonna be like,
No, man, that's nothing. Don't forget this guy wrestled with a torn pectoral muscle, man. Like that's not gonna stop him at all.
yeah, that's true. He's stupid. I would not do certain things.
And also, he's already bringing out I Quit matches. It's like the third match in his reign, and it's an I Quit match.
Yeah, every big feud has had some sort of like you said, it had to have some sort of special aspect to it. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is an
yeah,
I
yeah.
quit match.
Logan with his knuckles and all these things, his knuckle dusters.
And like Roman beating Roman and means Roman's gone. Like he left. It wasn't I quit, but it was like the end of Roman's reign.
Mm.
He'll be back, but yeah, a lot of the like, women's championships runs, it's not been like
All in the
a
game.
special match. You just have to keep winning and
In
fighting.
the game, so Brock had to go off and shoot his A24 MMA movie, Smashing Machine. Oh,
Oh, okay, that's why.
all right then, fair enough.
Makes sense.
Shooting more movies. All in the game. Question for you: can Cody Rhodes go Hollywood? You think? Is he that guy to go Hollywood? I reckon he probably could. I don't know. Do you know what? This is not even my favorite incarnation of Cody Rhodes. I prefer the dashing Rhodes. I prefer the other. I don't like American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. It's like
Yeah, because his name doesn't make
it
sense at
doesn't make sense.
first. He's not a nightmare in any way. I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
I don't get why it's called American Nightmare. It's like you're not a bad guy. You're actually a face. And the reason why you call yourself the American Nightmare is it because it's just literally a play on words with the American Dream. Because a nightmare is the opposite of dream, and that's just it. There's no other thought behind it. That's not really. Why have you called yourself the American Nightmare? You're literally champion. Your life is not a nightmare. Your life is perfect. You know,
It's true.
Cody Rhodes. Man's whipping him with a belt. Usually you can see who's in the chat, how many numbers and stuff there. But we can't anymore.
It hasn't loaded.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Let me try it now.
come on. Yeah, man, beat this guy. This guy loves to get beat with a belt. The Rock beat him with the belt. AJ beat him with the belt.
Just quickly logging back in. It's okay, I don't know. So she'll load soon. There we go.
Can't see him doing as well as Batista, who for me is the best wrestler turned actor.
Yeah, I agree. I like Batista as an actor.
Someone charismatic and good on the mic, like MJF in particular roles, can do well in Hollywood. I don't watch AEW, I'm not gonna lie, but I know of MJF. I've heard of him and I've seen enough of him on the mic. Yeah, MJF is good on the microphone. Yeah, 100%.
Was it?
And we did have a conversation the other day, that as good as Rock has been, because Rock's a big draw, that's why he is the biggest. Because there's a difference between best and biggest, right? So he's the biggest wrestler turned actor, and the movies he's making, I think he's made more money in movies than anyone. Like he's gone clear.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, all these things. But in terms of actual actor, I think Batista is a better actor
Yeah.
than The Rock. He's a
He
better
is.
actor.
Oh
I
yeah.
think he's got more range than The Rock does,
Yeah.
and he can do more than The Rock does.
Yeah.
That's so. I agree. I agree with you. I
You're
agree.
right.
Good point.
You know what?
I don't think John Cena is that good at all. He's just because who? Listen, I can talk forever about John Cena and the fact that his whole character, his whole gimmick is taken off a black. It's a trope of a black man, from his hat to his chain around his neck to the whole wrapping to the whole wrist, the long t-shirt, the jeans short, the trainers,
There's
the whole
that yayo.
the whole you can't see me from Tony Yayo. He literally, in our very faces, did blackface almost. And he got over, and this is why I don't like. This is why the wrestling always WWE always leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because I know about the white supremacy aspect of this whole thing. It's much easier for a white man to parody a black person and get over in wrestling than a black person to be themselves.
Yeah.
Like the street profits will find it difficult to get over being their cool hip self. But if a white person was acting like them, they'll get over very quickly. Another example is that Bianca Belair, she got over very quickly, but Tiffany Stratton is basically a Caucasian version in some ways of Bianca. And already without even doing anything and being a heel,
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton is getting a is Cody's mom slapped her
Oh, she slapped it twice.
3 times. And really without even doing much, she's getting a lot of love from people. AJ picked up the chair like he was gonna hit Cody's mum.
Yeah. And I know that's not AJ's cat. AJ's such a nice guy. He would never do that in real life.
But
That's fun.
oh no, he picked up the chair. Okay, cool. But the way he picked it up and looked at the mum, like, listen. Yeah, like, I have to say too much about this John Cena character that he portrayed in wrestling. It's just there's something wrong about it. Really wrong about the John Cena character and wrestling. But it's not John Cena's fault. It's the people in the audience and the people who watch wrestling accepted it. So I always like to say, listen, wrestling does things, but if the crowd likes it, then the crowd likes it. So it just reflects society. It reflects American society.
Yeah, true.
Most.
Oh. Wow.
Through the table. And whatever Americans do, and when the Americans chant certain things, the rest of us will follow. You come to Scotland, and the Scottish people will chant the same. We'll just as osmosis, right? We'll just do the same thing. We'll just copy what we hear.
There's our Trinidad guy.
This guy's at every single event, every single pay-per-view. Imagine going to every SmackDown, every Raw, every pay-per-view. Like, you can't have a job.
No.
Your job literally is to watch wrestling and follow wrestlers everywhere.
What is going on? He's limping around.
I'm surprised this match went first, but at the same time, it makes sense. There you go. Styles is bleeding now as well.
Uh-oh. Why is he bleeding in the same place?
He might have self-cut himself.
That is
Cody
crazy.
There you go.
Oh, I can see now. Cody's it's his forehead that was cut.
The crowd is going crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the Scottish crowd is quite they're definitely lively. They managed to fit it, like you said. All in the game. Said he's at every event. The dude must be loaded. Which guy? John Cena? Cody?
He's talking about the Trinidad guy.
Oh, Trini, yeah.
I don't know. How does it work? I'm thinking those seats at the front have to be filled, right? By WWE. No one wants no empty seats. I'm thinking some of these people get paid. Or what? Surely, like, how does it work? No?
Either, yeah, he could have like some sort of
Deal. Yeah,
like he's like, I want to, I'm like gonna travel and go everywhere and promote you and let me sit here. Or he's just that rich and got an assistant who books everything far enough in advance for him that he can go to everything. Because this guy, I mean, imagine you retire early and you're like, I like WWE, so I'm just gonna go wherever WWE goes and go on holiday every country they go.
That'll be
go everywhere.
Listen. And then let me blog about it.
Yeah.
They should just pay us.
Yeah. If WWE are
stop that. This chant is actually bugging me. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Because all they're doing is chanting a man's name.
What
That's what they're doing. Originally? It's just chanting, Daddy, cool. I don't know, Daddy, cool. After something like that. But I don't know. It's just a weird chant. The problem I have with these guys, these men will never chant for women the way they chant for other men. It's just weird. Men are weird, you know. We are weird.
How's the audio, guys? Osman says that the audio is a bit tinny.
Maybe the microphone.
Could be the mic. How's the mic? How's the mic? Is it tinny? It might be the mics are not that great quality. Maybe we need to get the next level. Screw you, Cody Rhodes, this guy said.
Screw you, Cody Rhodes. All in the game. It must be like a season
ticket type. Oh, yeah, imagine. Season ticket. Away games, home games. The thing is, though, he's in Florida too for the.
Yeah, it's.
And no, he's not also NXT.
No, he's not in NXT. We don't see him in NXT.
That's true.
We see him on Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw.
And there's always a traveling show, so that means that.
And pay-per-views. So it's like that's flights, that's everything.
Yeah, that's twice a week, and then at least once every 6 weeks. Another.
So now AJ's flipping tired.
Oh, that's how they did it. By him holding up the thing and him just saying, "I quit, Cody, I quit."
Is that it? AJ just held the thing. That is a rubbish ending. I don't care what nobody wants to tell me right now. Don't tell me nothing. These guys I don't care what you're going to tell me. All you have to do is hold this thing up. And this guy said, I quit. Listen, let's take the hit. You're still going to hit him with it. This crowd is annoying. Shush. They're so jarring.
They're singing a song without his music. Is
Yeah, it's just so. I can't have someone's inside me. The way that Cody's in. Nah, bruv.
ah
Mm.
okay.
What do you think?
It might be that because we don't have an equalizer while we're live, when we record something and then upload it, I in the editing process I can add an equalizer,
Maybe.
and
Mm.
we're not doing that live, so that could be part of it. I do know what you mean, like the tinny.
Sound.
It's just a bit
Hopefully,
like
it's not too much.
no, it shouldn't be too much
You know,
because if the audio's clear,
unbearable.
mm,
But yeah, first match. We literally. I mean, we were watching the match clearly, but we were just talking through the whole. Which is what you should do. Cody won as we expected him to win. Good match. I hate that ending. The worst
yeah,
annoying about the ending is that he said I quit because he didn't want to get hit by the steel steps that everyone gets hit with every week.
yeah,
Like, am I like like am I just going crazy? So the steel steps that everyone gets thrown into every week, and I've seen many people pick up the steel steps and hit many people with it, and it's like he didn't want to get hit with the steel steps, and that's what made him say I quit. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I can't be. I'm not as brainwashed as everyone else in the crowd. That is a weak ending.
yeah,
That ending to
definitely,
that match is terrible. Yeah, that's
yeah.
not impressive.
If you're there, you like
The
you should
match
feel a
thing,
bit duped.
the
Like
match is thing is the match wasn't that bad. The match itself was okay, good. It was fun, but his mum is here again. His mum, like, it's just like we can't keep doing this, Cody. We have to create a buzz about you without you having to throw the kitchen sink at every single match. Like, oh my god, let's have my mum, let's have my daughter, let's have yeah. No, like you have to be a draw without your life being on the line every time.
yeah,
Like, and that ending, man, he was bleeding. All these things are happening, but just getting hit with the steel steps made him say, "I quit."
yeah.
Am I
It's like a quick Cody. I don't want it.
ending is this? All right, Solo, what are you doing? What are you doing, Solo?
Are they setting up the next pay per view? Why do you hit your own guy by not?
Solo was beating up his own people,
Yeah,
you know.
you know when you're like on default mode and you're just like, oh wait, sorry, not you,
Yeah,
you.
he's gonna help
Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. All right, so we're setting something up here. What do you guys think of the new incarnation of the Bloodline?
Mm.
Because clearly, my guy Paul Heyman is working overtime to try to convince us that these guys are more ferocious than the original Bloodline. They're criminals, they're savages, they're all of these things, and they're just more dangerous than the original Bloodline.
Mm.
That's the picture. That's what he's trying to portray. And I think he does a really good job, Paul Heyman, in his acting when he's
Yeah,
portraying
he
that.
does.
What do you guys think of it? I think they're doing all right. I don't mind these new guys, honestly. But I don't like everyone always coming to the like Cody, like the way that Undertaker and John Cena and everyone came out to help Cody at WrestleMania, and right now everyone helping Cody and Seth Rollins helping Cody and this. I'm like, bro, what is this? What is this? Yeah, man, I agree with the game. The ending is lame.
Yeah, bad ending. New Bloodline are lame.
in old school, Ozzy said in old school times, it feels like a Matt Jack needs unplugging and reconnecting. Maybe
Maybe. I'll just do that.
all in the game. New bloodline are lame. Yeah, yeah. The new bloodline are not like the old bloodline. 100%, I agree. Nothing like the old bloodline. But I've got time for what they're trying to do with this new bloodline because it's like, is Roman agreeing with this? Is he not agreeing with this? When The Rock comes back, what's The Rock gonna be like? I'm thinking of, and this is why I said I'm okay with it because I'm seeing a potential split in the bloodline. I'm
Yeah.
seeing
That has
Roman.
to be bridged.
Roman comes back, and Roman is like, I can't mess with you guys, and tries to bring Jimmy and Jay back. And then The Rock comes back, and Rock is like, yeah, these guys are my guys. So you have like a split in the
Yeah,
bloodline.
factions of bloodline. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm seeing. They can do a lot with it. I
And the
think
women, so Nia Jax should go over with The
you would love
Rock,
this.
and Naomi should go with
I don't know if they're going to ever
Roman.
incorporate any women. I think they should do. I think they should incorporate the women into the bloodline, but they haven't so far. All right, so we're watching this promo, this bloodline Jimmy and Jay promo.
With their dad, Rikishi.
When the original entrances, doing a hacker and all that. They're so lucky that they're part of the bloodline because the New Day for me will be arguably the greatest tag team ever.
Yeah.
Their story is more or less dead now, only because they're not part of a big storyline, you know. Because I like what they're doing with Jay is good, and the whole let's make the crowd dark and hold your phones up and everyone doing this and all that stuff. I like all that stuff, but for me, Jay will never be a main event star.
Mm.
As much as people love Jay, and I like Jay, I do like Jay, and I do like the reaction he gets. You know, he's been let's say he's been abused
Yeah.
by Roman for like 2 years as part of the bloodline, so he deserves this. But when you watch him in the ring, he doesn't do enough for me in the ring. You know when some people have that good entrance, you get a good buzz, but as soon as they start wrestling,
Mm.
you're like, okay, that's what Jay's like for me. Jay's not. He doesn't do enough in the ring for me at all. So for me, I don't think he is a main event star, despite the fact that he gets some of the best crowd interactions and reactions. He's just on the microphone. He's not that good.
Mm.
He's very, and I'm Jay Uso, yeet, and I'm gonna beat you, yeet, and I'm gonna slap you, yeet, and we're gonna have a good match, yeet. He's not. He's not giving. I don't know, man. Maybe that's what the crowd likes. The crowd likes these sort of one-liner LA Knight
Mm.
type wrestlers. I think it's just like pop music, you know. Pop music, you've got to dumb yourself down to be liked by the majority.
Yeah.
You can't have too many good lyrics, too many cute rap schemes, because if you do, it'll go over people's heads, and you'll never sell,
Mm.
right? So to be popular in art, music, and all these things, you've got to sort of dumb yourself down. I feel like always some of the most over people in wrestling are the people that just keep it simple, give you your dopamine rush, give you your little one-liners, have you bust a joke or
The LA
two.
Knight. Yeah.
LA Knights, the people that don't really have a lot of substance to
Yeah.
them. They just do their cheap little gimmicks, and do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's easy and lazy. But if you got the formula, then you got the formula. You know. Yeet. Like, yeah, all in the game thinks a new bloodline are lame. So this is a pay per view, right? And
Mm.
we've had like 5 minutes of an advert of the Usos and Jay, and even more adverts. So they just
Yeah.
so it just makes you think more matches could be happening because
Yeah.
look at all this time that they're spending on pointless adverts.
They're advertising WrestleMania for next year.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Triple H, I think we see Triple H's face way too often. Like when Vince was doing his thing, we never saw Vince as often as we see. We see Triple H on every single advert. We see Triple H like every single pay-per-view. I'm like, bro, like, aren't you supposed to be behind the scenes? Why do you always have to see you all the time? All right, what's next, guys? What's next? Okay, women's tag team titles are on the line. I'm looking forward to this match because I am a fan of these two black women in the middle, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. In a wrestling company that has never really been kind to people who look like me, I'm always encouraged to see when people who look like me succeed in this company, in this profession, despite the fact that the crowd looks nothing like me. The crowd is all, 99.9% of a certain demographic. Usually, it's always good to see, other people from other demographics succeed in wrestling. So here we go. Here we go.
So we've got these ladies inserted because they are Scottish. Alba Fyre. Wait. Yeah, Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn, right?
Yeah, yeah. I hope it's a good match. I've said one thing about Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill is that I'm fine with Bianca. I really am. She's done enough. She's main event in WrestleMania. She's had 5-star matches. She's done enough. We can see what we know what she can do in the ring. For me, Jade, when I see her in the ring, she's just not as clean. There's improvements to be done, to be made with Jade. There is. I like them, but I'm gonna be real and keep it 100. She can be a bit sloppy in the ring, Jade Cargill, and being standing next to Bianca Belair as well, who's a lot cleaner, it shows, and I think she just needs to improve that. I'll keep it 100%. But as I said before, I like the two girls who are champions, so let's go. Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, Zoey Stark.
Yeah, we like these guys, these MMA type women. If Shayna's always coming out like, hurry up, like, what? Sorry, you always take too long. She's like,
these guys are just like, they're just badass women. They don't care. They're not here to just look flashy or anything like that. I'm pretty sure Shayna's supposed to stand there. I know.
yeah, I don't know. Did these two have an argument right before they came out or something? Because they're not even walking together or acknowledging one another.
No, man, that's just their personalities, right? That's funny. These guys are just walking in the same pace, at the same pace. It has to be like 5 meters apart. I ain't talking to you, I ain't looking at you. It looked like they fell out right before they went on stage as well.
Here we go.
All right, let me see. The makeup is.
Oh, you know what they've done? They've done like Gaelic braid style and makeup. Oh, they're paying homage to being in Scotland. She's doing her hair like that. That's dope. And Bianca too, actually. You know how Becky will sometimes have her hair plaited like that because it's a very specific Gaelic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, guys. They look so good. Yay, EST fans. Everyone's wearing black today. Variations. Yeah, Jade's hair reminds me of who's that dragon woman? Daenerys.
Daenerys. Daenerys. By the way, guys, we're gonna have a Game of Thrones. What's the Dragon?
House of
House of
Dragon.
Dragon watch along.
Yeah.
When is it? Monday?
Monday night.
Monday evening American time, Monday night UK time. Around 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. American time. We're going to watch the first episode.
Yeah, because it's coming out. It's shown in America on Sunday night, but it's not shown until the UK until Monday night.
All right, so the match has started. Bianca in the ring.
I love that. I thought I noticed she has some sort of like purple hue in her braid. Bianca at the end of it, bluish or purplish. Can you see it? It looks sick. Whoa.
Again.
Yeah, these women are doing all right.
So athletic, man. She's so everything she does, yeah, in the ring is very clean. Sometimes a bit too clean.
I want to see the WWE women do real fitness strength tests. Rhea, Bianca, Jade, Lash Legend, Raquel, Izzy. Yeah, we were saying that with
But they do
the
do it.
combine.
Is it NXT the combine where they call it? Where
Yeah.
they run these tests. I don't know how much of it is
Is
like
authentic. Like how they done.
authentic or how much of it is kayfabe and whatnot. But there are legit like tests and strengths and um yeah, like programs that they put themselves through. So there's legit like scoreboards in WWE in terms of who's got the strongest this, who's got the strongest that, who's got the highest jump, who's got the most deadlifts and all these things. So there's legit like I think stats out there. Maybe not out there, but WWE will have them. I think Bianca, yeah, tops a lot of them.
That looks cool because she's so tall.
Go on, Jade. I like it because they're booing when she hits the UK people and cheering when she hits.
The Americans.
Yeah, the Americans.
Wow.
Go on. And she got the storm lightning on her neck.
Yeah. Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop. What is this? Is it a drink or is it actually? Are they released the new? What's happening here?
Yeah, I don't really get it. It's true. What's gin and juice by Dream? What does that mean?
Because you know all these artists are releasing stuff like Using the gimmicks of it. Whoa. That's cool.
All right, you two showing off.
Yeah. Getting the
Yeah.
timing right. Come on, ladies. You can do this. Hold yourself up. Well done, guys.
Done. No. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm,
I don't care that they're corny, but that's fun.
No, they're bad. They're bad.
We don't try and understand the Scottish
Yeah, yeah.
chants.
We don't.
We
We're
respect them, but we
we're
don't
we're
understand.
English over here. We're the other part of the UK.
I love my Scottish brethren. However, I do struggle with very
This
thick
match is
accent.
already more fun than the Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I'm trying to say, the psychology of wrestling, because like the crowd obviously were much more into the Cody Rhodes match because Cody Rhodes is a massive star, but they should be treating Bianca the same.
That's the kind of thing as a woman that if you're at work, yeah, and you're having a bad day, some guys talk it down to you. You go into the toilet, you do this. You look at yourself in the mirror, you feel strong, and you come back out and you're like, right, I can face this day.
Do you know what? This is a good triple threat, you know, because usually triple threats is like only two people in the ring at one time.
Yeah,
But
they made the rules different. They
they've
said today it's 3. You have to be 3 at the same time, and you're only allowed to tag. I mean, obviously, you're only tagging your partner.
yeah, but it's just good that we see, in like I said, triple threat tag team matches. We usually see two, but we've seen three people in the ring,
Yeah,
which is it's fresh, man.
yeah,
Fresh.
it's nice, and they're doing it with the women. They're trying this
Mm.
approach.
Also, it means you got more things to see, more things to look at, keep your attention. All in the game. Jade and Bianca's abs workout videos would do very well.
Yeah,
Yeah. We need, but abs.
abs are made in the
Oh,
kitchen
what a
though.
move by Zoey.
That's
That's a
why.
nice move, Zoey Storm. Yeah, abs are made in the kitchen though. Abs are diet,
Yeah,
all that stuff more than anything. But the ab workouts would kill.
I bet it's not even like they work too hard on the abs. It happens by doing the core, like doing 5x5s, 5x5x5s, or whatever you're doing, deadlifts, everything working your core like that.
Look at you. Look at you. Talking like you. Go on, PT.
It takes a lot more. There's a lot more acting going on at the same time, like because if you've got 3 people in the ring, you may have an extra person
That's
there.
what I'm saying. It's harder to do from a performing standpoint.
Yeah,
If you
coordinating that.
coordinating, yeah.
It's like a proper complicated stage show, like where it's like, right, Bianca, you kind of roll around a bit while Alba and Shayna do this. And Zoey, yeah, they're doing really well. They have to let the Scots win for a little bit.
Yeah, give the Scots something.
Hmm.
Give them something. Not too much though. Only something. Go on, man. Go on about your bad girl self.
Whoa!
Oh,
Way she just sort of like it felt
don't
like the
worry.
rope bent too much.
I can't, that's a good jump, but it looks like she was gonna fall. Alba Fyre.
Yeah, that's the thing with these triple threats. You don't even have to be involved as the title holder.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
can
yeah. You
use.
don't have to be. This is a perfect way for them to take the titles from Bianca and Jade, but they've literally just given it to them. They're not going to take it from them, surely.
I hope not, because I think this is about elevating their the division, and that you need to do that for a good few months before you make them drop it.
Where's Jade? We haven't seen Jade in like.
I've seen her laying down. She's laying in that corner on the ground, but she's been laying there for ages.
1 second.
Sorry, guys. Okay, they're about to do a big move. Whoa! What's Zoey Stark about to do? About to come off the top rope? Nope, Bianca got her.
What's gonna happen here? Oi! Wow.
Yeah, they've been doing some really cool moves. You know the ones where like, oh, what's it called when you're trying to do a suplex on someone from the top rope, and then someone comes underneath you and suplexes you and the suplexee, and then everyone's suplexed.
That's all three-way.
Yeah.
4-man suplex.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big botch.
Yeah. There's something, but it's not her fault. In the corner, the same thing happened when my girl tried. You see how it's wobbly still? The top rope in that corner, something's wrong with it. It's too loose, and they need to be careful. Because this redhead girl, the same thing happened. You know when she was jumping off before you went into the other room?
Yeah, that's 2 botches now in like the space of a minute. The interesting thing is, before this match started, I did say, like I said, yeah, in the space of a minute, she botched 2 big botches for Jade.
No, she's not tapping yet. She's got her hands crossed. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing this.
Doing what? She's not going to tap.
Oh my gosh, they cannot let Shayna Baszler. They can't win. Come, Bianca. Be careful, there's something wrong with that rope there, girl. I don't trust it. Oof. All of Bianca's hair things keep falling out. Whoa. Yes. Well done.
Oh, snap. I thought this was it. They've done it.
Wow.
I'm very surprised.
Interesting.
Wow. Wow, that's a shocker, guys. The first shock of the evening. Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn are the new tag team champions. Wow, I never knew this was going to happen. They had the title for like a month, these two, Bianca and Jade. It's weird because was this always written for them to be champions today? Because they were only inserted into this whole tag team title picture last minute, right? Literally 2 weeks ago they were inserted. So was it always a plan for them to be champion, or was it like, do you know what? Let's like how I don't know. This is weird booking, very weird booking.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first surprise. Let me know what you guys. We'll answer the question. How did you guys meet in another video? definitely all in the game. Does Jade need to lean out slightly to be a little more, to be lean out slightly to be a little more agile, fluid in the ring? No, I don't think it's about being leaner because some guys are big and massive. Like Roman's bigger than her, and Roman doesn't botch as much. Like I don't think she needs to be agile in the ring because Nia Jax isn't as agile in the ring, and Becky isn't agile in the ring. There's loads of wrestlers that are not agile in the ring. Loads of male wrestlers that are not really agile in the ring. I don't think that matters. I think it's just that she just needs to be better in the ring. She botches a lot. Like I said today, she botched twice in like a minute. She literally fell on her face when she tried to jump over the ropes, and she fell down when she tried to do the suplex or the power bomb. So I just think she just needs to spend a bit of time in NXT maybe. Like when she first came, I thought that she was going to spend a year in NXT, but that didn't happen. So I'm disappointed because I'm a Jade and Bianca fan.
Yeah.
So I think we're both disappointed.
Definitely.
And I'm very, I don't know, I'm just like thinking, why? Why was the trigger pulled now for them to lose? You know?
Maybe Bianca's pregnant.
Maybe you think Bianca's pregnant, or maybe
she wouldn't have wrestled though.
Maybe it's like there's not enough single stars because they're both on SmackDown, and by having them, tag team champions, they're far away from being able to have single matches with like Bayley and all these guys. So, I mean, you could argue this has done what it's supposed to do by keep having the belt on Bianca and Jade for like a month or two.
Yeah.
It elevated the tag team titles a little bit once again, and now Isla Dawn and what's her name, Isla Dawn and Alba Fyre champions, and it just feels a little bit more big time, right?
Yeah, what they've done is actually now, because they've shocked us all, and no one thought this was going to happen. No one, everyone thought these guys are going to hold it.
It's made it more interesting.
Yeah, now it's become more. Now it's like, oh, yeah. I need to watch the next pay-per-view. Maybe SummerSlam, these guys are going to win it back, or it. Maybe the tag teams or championships are not going to be held by women for long periods right now. It's going to go through, and maybe they found out tonight, and that, maybe my girls thought they were going to win it, and that's when they came out in a mood. When they found out they're not winning, we said Shayna and Bing looked upset.
Yeah, but someone has to lose. So being upset because you're not going to win is like I don't really buy that personally because it's like
that's true.
If anybody was going to win, it wasn't going to be Bianca and Jay retaining anyway. So coming out upset because you weren't going to win is I don't know. If anything, just like all in the games asking, this loss will cause a split between the two. What this will do is speed the split up, as in, I'm thinking a whole year's dominant run as a tag team champions. Just be so dominant, the most dominant champions ever. And then, kinks in the friendship start to appear, and all of these things, and then you do the breakup however, by breaking them up or by making them lose the titles now, earlier than anyone else thought they were going to lose, you could be like, okay, let's split them up quicker than people think and have them face each other, I don't know, at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I don't know because I don't unless they're gonna do a whole. Listen, we didn't get pinned, so of course the rematch has to be Bianca Belair and Jade versus Alba Fyre, and then they win it back straight away, instantly, and then go on a long run after that, which means wouldn't make sense to me if you're gonna do that. I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to like Bianca with the whole like 26 seconds being beaten and then winning the title in 10 seconds and having Io Sky come and take the title off you in 10 after the 10 seconds and then giving you the tag team belt for like 1 month and then take it away. And I feel like Bianca Belair, they can afford to do certain things like that with her and almost take the piss a little bit, with her. I don't know why. Maybe she's like, okay. But that was Becky. I don't think Becky's doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it a bit much, but I'm just very surprised they've done that.
Yeah, it is a shocker. Which makes me now think, can Drew beat Damian today? Maybe.
Drew,
If they let these spots
yeah,
drop
yeah,
and they
yeah,
have
yeah.
to let Drew win, that would be
If,
weird.
if they've done this with these two, then it makes you feel like, do you know what? The reason why the Cody match is first and the Drew match is last
Is
is because maybe this is when Drew finally gets the belt off Damian. Or just gets the belt made in his home country. I hope so. I actually want Drew to win. Drew's work over the last 6 months has been really, really good. I love his work. On a microphone, the stories he's been telling. I prayed for this. I prayed.
I prayed for this.
Oh, man. So, right now, guys, it's the promo for the Sami Zayn and Chad Gable match that we're now being forced to watch.
The battery. The battery. I need to charge the battery in the iPhone. And if I do that, it means I'm going to remove the microphone.
And you just put it, can't you charge it from there?
I don't know if that works. Good thing. No, that just will just charge that.
Okay. There you go. When it's 10%, we will.
I think that the audio still will still come through here anyway, even if we took our mics off.
Nah, Jay's botch was big though. Like, yeah, it was a big botch. Huh? Alpha Academy are now coming out. Maxine Dupree wearing
a boot.
What happened to her? Why is she injured?
Oh no.
But she's wearing a fluffy woolly hat. I don't know, it looks a bit weird. Burger after burger after burger.
Yeah, that was funny. Drew.
Yeah, that was funny. Drew's off the cuff. Drew's off the cuff stuff has been really good. That's one thing that he's improved on. Like off the cuff, he's good. Some people are still not good on their feet. Like I still don't think Roman Reigns is very good on his feet. Like he's got better on his feet, but I still don't think he's that great. Drew's good on his feet.
Yeah, Gable as a heel, all in the game. You're right. It's been very interesting to watch him switch because I think even when they first tried to get that gimmick over, the shoosh and that was coming across heelish when he was like, "You guys are all stupid. I've got a degree," and
I think people forget that that group was a heel group. Like shush, shush, please. That whole thing was like they were getting booed out every building. They're heels, and then eventually that just got them over. I mean, loads of groups start. We spoke about this the other day. Loads of people, whether you're The Rock, whether it's a New Day, start off as heels. They get booed out of arenas until eventually, even look at Roman Reigns. Eventually, everyone starts putting their hand up.
Yeah.
Like if you oppress people enough, Stockholm syndrome kicks in and they start worshipping their oppressors. That's what happens. Hit someone over the head so much, being a heel, being a heel, being a heel, just like Rhea Ripley and the whole Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Eventually, they'll start cheering you because they're tired of booing you. I don't know if Dom falls into that category.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he does.
He's been getting booed for a long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of heels that after a while you start cheering them, and I think especially if you're a really really good heel. I prefer you were warned, told to prepare. You will behold the massacre is coming. All right.
No.
No,
I don't need to.
you missed it.
There was no
I know.
thing this time. No QR. You know what? I do think there is a bit because of
It's interesting. I was speaking about black women and black people and demographics and then Bianca Belair and Jade lose today.
yeah in Scotland.
They lose today in Scotland in the whitest place they could ever go to. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely I feel a bit deflated, but that's because I made an assumption in my mind that they would hold it retain for a while.
Yeah.
So
I made that assumption as well that they would not lose it for a while. Like the whole who's gonna beat us, who's gonna take the title. Something's happened, I think, because the way that they've been booked, the way they've been Triple H has spoken about them, the way that they've been speaking, I'm like, it was gonna take something special to beat them, like a really special tag team to take it off them. And the fact that it's only been a month and you've taken the titles off Bianca and Jade. Wait, April, May, June, 2 months, right? I don't know. It's like either you've got something in store for us, or something's happened.
yeah, I think the way that, like you said, they've done it well to not have Bianca or Jade involved right in the pin. It was Alba and Shayna, or one of them, which means that it's not. You haven't been defeated directly.
It was Zoey, I think.
Those suck, yeah.
Zoey, yeah.
I don't think. I don't even think now would be a good time to break Bianca and Jade up. I think it should be more of a like. And who knows? Maybe the botches was worked in. Well, I don't think it feel like it was meant to be.
You wouldn't work in a botch. You wouldn't botch on purpose, like
to cause the rift to blah 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 to lead up to losing or whatever. And if that's going to be used as a reason to split, but I don't think probably shouldn't split them yet. They should have her like we've got to double down and work harder.
Do you know when I was watching the match? What I was also seeing, Jade struggle with the complexity of the match.
Yeah.
I felt like Bianca was like, come on, let's go. Like, yeah. Come on here. And Jade was just slow in doing so many things. And I think that, I don't know, Bianca Belair is a perfectionist.
Yes.
So I think that whole thing is going to annoy Bianca. And I've said this many times with Jade. Her presentation is amazing. Jade's presentation is amazing. Inside the ring, I just wish she was better. I wish the in-ring ability matched the presentation. It's not too late. She's not too old. Okay, something's happened to our feed.
There's a lot of stuff on at the same time. Oh, it's gone back to the beginning.
Wow, this thing has just started all over again.
Well, we can hope go live and.
All right, we're back. I don't know what happened there. It literally started again, but we're back now with Chad Gable against Sami.
I was gonna say, what was interesting as well when they came out, Bianca was smiling, but Jade was not smiling, as have been on every other week, every time they've come out together and they do the dance together. But Jade was sort of doing it with like a very straight face. Something I've picked up on each week, every time they come out, is I see Bianca being like, "Come on, do this now, do this." And I don't know if it's a mixture of Bianca, you need to stop doing that and let Jade do it, or if you're having to do it to make Jade pick up her cue or whatever. But maybe they looked at it and they said it's not clean between you two. It's not working. You're not at the same level. It's not fair to keep putting Jade in the situation every week to have to defend with Bianca. And it's maybe there is an issue there. They're gonna try it for a little bit.
We can only speculate. I mean, they should try something is. Jordan Grace, who's more experienced than Jade, had to go to NXT recently instead of the main roster. Ideally, Jade and Jordan should have switched places. Oh, yeah. Jordan Grace, is she from?
She's from TNT. Or
TNT. She's a champion. Yeah, I mean to be fair, that's a different. She's not even like a WWE superstar. Whoa. Look at this guy, Sami Zayn showing off. Yeah,
Mm.
she's not. I mean, to be honest, at the time when she came to NXT and she faced um, Roxanne and she squared off with Roxanne, I thought to myself, why, if you're the champion of that brand, why don't you go to face a champion of Raw or SmackDown? Why don't
Mm.
you face off against Bayley or Liv Morgan? Why are you going to NXT to face the NXT Women's Champion rather than a champion? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, why did the TNA champion not face the Women's Champion or you know the world champion? Why did she face Roxanne? So I did question that. And I did say, like I said, and I've said many times, I think Jade, because she was signed in for WWE, and then we didn't see her for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
What should have been happening in those 4 or 5 months is that she should have been having loads of matches on NXT, just banging out every week a match on NXT, match on NXT. Just I'm pretty sure she was training and she was.
Yeah, I think they said her mum died
Yeah,
a few
yeah. I'm
weeks
pretty
after
sure
she signed.
she's still training, but she just looks so green in the ring at times that
Mm.
I feel sorry for Bianca a little bit because you can tell Bianca's trying to make it work. And we know what Bianca can do in the ring. We've seen, like I said many times, we've seen her at the biggest stage bang it out of the park against Sasha, against Becky, doesn't matter. Against Asuka, Bayley, we've seen her. So to see these botches in her matches now that never really occurred until she's tag teamed with Jade, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah.
But I still like them together, and like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Clearly, as you can see, Bianca is one of our favorites. Oh, okay. So who you guys got for this one? Chad Gable or my guy, Sami Zayn, the guy who sticks up for Palestine?
Yeah. I'm very surprised WWE have allowed him to come out wearing his keffiyeh and things like that. Like that's a big, a big statement.
All in the game. Training is all good, but she needs more solo matches in NXT. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I'm saying. She needed to go to NXT and have matches, have just bang out loads of matches. I mean, she's been in AEW for a while now. For let's say 2 years, AEW. Let's say 2 years. I don't know. It might be longer. It might be shorter. So she's racked up enough matches in AEW to iron out some kinks. And like I said, her first 5 6 months should have been in NXT banging out matches. And the thing is, if you are a wrestler, a female wrestler, and you're seeing Jade Cargill because of her presentation and her how she looks get opportunities like this, and you're thinking, wow, I'm like a really good wrestler. I'm a much better wrestler than her. Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You must be thinking, I can do that. You must be thinking, why? Why have they picked her? So I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So anyway, who you guys got, man? Who you guys got? Oh,
Thank you, Lisa Lou.
oh, thank you, Lisa Lee. That's funny. Adorable. Um, I've never been called adorable before. That's an interesting one. Who you guys got in this match then? Sami. Surely is Sami going to retain again?
He has to, unless they're gonna. Everyone's gonna lose today. The walked-in champion. It's gonna be crazy, except Cody.
Is something gonna happen between Otis and Chad Gable today?
Maybe.
Is today gonna be the culmination of all
that work,
all the oppression,
mm-hmm.
all the abuse that Chad's been given? Is Otis finally gonna do something today?
He's gonna rise
up, and cause Chad the match. Is today the day?
You know, I just realised Chad is wearing Germany colours. He's literally wearing Germany flag colours on his kit. I wonder if he planned that.
I don't know.
Because they're in. Never mind, they're not in Germany.
Because
The
they're
influence is in Germany.
They're in Germany. You're just.
I'm blending football because I just
confused.
watched the football match.
Do you know what it is? I was thinking, where's she going with this? What has
Right,
Germany
you're right.
to do
It's
with
not.
anything?
Why is he wearing Germany?
Another. That's just about another botch. He just about got over the ring.
I'm telling you, look at that way that top rope keeps vibrating in that corner. It's too
I don't know, man. How much do you know about
jiggly.
ropes vibrating and whatnot?
It's just when I see two women who jumped off the same part of it, botched both their moves. I think that's interesting.
Ooh, yeah, maybe you got a point actually.
But the men are doing okay, so.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I did. So yeah, the problem is a lot of AEW matches were squash matches, like Goldberg back in the day. Something's going on with our connection. See, that's the problem. Like, and the reason why all in the game, we can all assume the reason why her matches were squash matches is because everyone and their dog knew that she can't do 10, 15-minute matches. She can't do 20-minute matches. Like, we've seen Bianca do 20-minute matches at pay-per-views. I don't know if Jade Cargill can do 15, 20-minute matches. She's never done it before. And that match just today was a 10, 15-minute match. And to be honest, she was only in it for like 3 minutes to do her moves, and then that's it. Shh. I've said this already anyway. Like, she's not the greatest wrestler. She isn't. And that is a problem because Bianca is a good wrestler. She can do 20-minute matches. So,
yeah.
She's been asked to do something that she technically hasn't done. That's why it's not just about training, like all in the game has said. She needs to just do match. Like, experience is the most important thing. You have to do these matches. I've said many times, Trick Williams, right? This is what I'm trying to say about presentation and how good you really are. Trick Williams' presentation and his theme tune and the way that everyone sings along and whoop that trick, amazing. But in the ring, he's not ready to go up to the main roster. I don't think he is. He he can be very sloppy with his moves, Trick Williams, and I think he just needs. You know when somebody says to be perfect at something, you need 100 hours. You need to do 100 hours of driving to pass your test or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I just think everybody needs to do their time. Like, you need to do your 2 years in NXT. You need to have your 100 matches under your belt. You need to do your time to pink out all of the, or rub out, iron out all of the kinks.
Yeah.
That's what you need. And I don't think Jade has done her time. She hasn't been pushed. She hasn't done 10, 15-minute matches, like I said. She's just, everything's been very easy for her in AEW. And the WWE crowd, they're not so forgiving.
No.
They're not so forgiving.
Especially not to black women.
Especially not to black women. Like, no, look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. These guys are not going to be. They're not going to want to cheer for someone like Jade or Bianca anyway. Like I said, Tiffany Stratton will get over 100 times quicker than Bianca will ever get over. I mean, Bianca's already over, but it will be quicker for her because of how she looks.
Yeah.
That blonde business that we love in this world it's weird.
And she supports Trump, so she will.
Yeah, and
a lot of the base of wrestling fans, as in not the international wrestling community, it's different, but American,
yeah,
the ones in the stadiums that
they love Trump.
A lot of people.
Yeah. That's why. That's another reason why they probably like her.
They feel they can identify.
If you're gonna say, if you're gonna, wrestling is wrestling. It's not left wing or right wing. It isn't. It shouldn't be anyway. But if you were going to position it somewhere, if you had to put it, you put it right wing.
I put it to the right.
Yeah. You put it to the right center. The likes of the New Day and all of these guys are over because they are excellent.
Yes.
Not because they've been given things. Like Rhea Ripley, she's been given everything. Every opportunity Rhea's been given to become over. She literally leads a stable of men. She goes around and hitting men, hitting Cody Rhodes and beating up men. Like she's been given everything, every opportunity to get over. While some people get given bones and have to turn meat, have to create meat from those bones.
Yeah, because you can see, and that's why the Codys, the DIYs, as much as I like Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa,
the big push. Is Sami tapping? The Sami looks like he's tapping. Is he tapping?
The forcing pushing.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But I get it. They have to, if they make a decision to put money behind a star, they're like, you're going to have to be big, you're going to have to do well, or...
Maybe next time we do this, we should put a time up.
Oh, yeah.
So people can, like, I know, it's live anyway, and we are watching it live, but I don't know, would that make a difference? I don't know.
Maybe what we can do as well, or have the name of the match underneath.
So what's happening now? Chad Gable, he's got Sami in an ankle lock.
He's still telling him to shut up.
When's the last time you saw anyone tap out from an ankle lock?
Yeah, I was going to say that those do not hurt. Like, you're just doing a stretch.
No, I mean, they're supposed to hurt. I mean, you got your ankle and you break someone's foot. So they're supposed to hurt. They actually do hurt. But back in the day, people used to tap out. I can't remember the last time anybody has tapped out from an ankle lock. There used to be a move that I used to see people tap out from all the time. All in the game is combat sports have always mostly leaned right wing, especially MMA. Yeah. It's a good point. Which is the problem, right? Because if we're just like looking at things objectively, and we're seeing certain people get pushed, certain people get titles, and we're thinking, what's going on here? It's because we're just not part of that world. We're not supposed to understand, Like I remember how Trump and Vince had their match. Whoever lost had to shave their head bald and all these things. Like wrestling's always been.
Did Vince shave? Who won? Vince.
No, Trump won, so Vince had to shave.
Even back then, Vince had to bow down to the Trumps of the world and shave his head.
So she's not going to hit him. She's not going to hit Sami. I'm not going to lie, yeah, I don't like this storyline. This storyline is pathetic. And the reason why it's pathetic is because why do they not want to attack Sami Zayn? Like, imagine me and my boys, yeah, formed a group and we are fighting against another guy and we need to beat him. And we're like, and my guys are like, no, we're not going to hit him. What? Like, you need to help me win. Sami almost hit Maxine.
Oh my lord. Whoa.
One. The ref stopped counting before Sami even kicked out. My gosh. The only thing that makes sense is that they're annoyed or they're vexed with Chad because
that's the way
the way Chad is treating him. But that's two different things. You're vexed with him because of the way he's treating you. However, that's your
so then therefore I'm not gonna help you cheat to win, basically. I'm not gonna interfere on your behalf. If you're treating me like crap, how am I gonna back you up, bro? Like that's what I'm thinking. If I'm I wouldn't even be like Max. I'd be slapping Chad in his face by now. Yeah, man, because he's getting angry and upset with Maxine, whose leg is already messed up. Where's Tozawa? Tozawa's all hurt somewhere. Families do argue,
There we go.
but
We did think.
oh no! Poor Otis had to take the brunt of it. Oh my gosh, Chad, be careful! Woo!
Is this it? Is this where Chad's gonna win? No way, surely.
Are we gonna have heel Chad as the champion for a while? No.
There we go. No.
Mm-mm.
Hell of a kick now. It's time for hell of a kick.
Helluva, I love that. I was like, wait. When I saw it
No.
spelled, I was like, Helluva. Oh, Helluva. It sounds Arabic. It sounds like an Arabic word to me. Yeah, Habibi Helluva. Yallah. Yeah, it just sounds like it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's alright. Combat sports have always been right wing. That's why me, as a black man, whenever I see some culture, as much as black African Americans, I say, want to gatekeep all black culture and say all black culture belongs to them. You stupid idiots. That's not true. As a black man in the UK who is Jamaican, whenever I see people who look like me succeed in wrestling, I gotta understand that that's the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
So I have to, you know, there we go.
I love the way Chad's so acting. So it's like he's like, "Hey, buddy, but I mean, sorry, buddy."
He's gonna lose now on it. What's
Oh,
that?
he's like, "Here, punch him." Oh, it's just
I don't understand.
livid.
Why isn't the referee counting Sami Zayn out? Ah,
Oh, Maxine is doing well to like fall on her leg and act like she's broken it. And
so he's walking out with Maxine. Hanuva kick. I was waiting for that.
Helluva,
Here we go. 1, 2.
Helluva.
So
Oh,
Sami has retained. I did think, is this gonna be the match that Chad, Gable, and Otis go further down their decline? And yeah, he's not having it. He's walking out. So that's the story they're telling, that they're gonna continue with that story. I get it. I feel like that story now is becoming more important than this match. Anyway,
mm.
like Chad is always gonna lose this match, and now the story that's been told is probably more important anyway. I guess. Yeah, Gable's German suplexes. Yeah, they are clean. Chad Gable, yeah, reminds me of Kurt Angle. Am I lying? All in the game. Does Chad Gable remind you of Kurt Angle?
That makes
He
sense.
does, man. He's one of those wrestling wrestlers. One of those wrestling wrestlers, if you know what I mean.
So the next match has to be Bayley versus Piper,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then Drew,
And then Drew versus
Damian.
Damian, and then that's it.
I'm so surprised about the women's tag team championship match. But I guess it's good that they managed to make me surprised. Sami Zayn survives.
Chad's face. Chad's got serious face. So yeah, with four matches done now, right? Was it four? Or was it three? This match, the women's match before it, the tag team match. Wow.
Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be frustrating. And when people saw this, when Jade was going like that on, who was it? She's got.
Yeah, but I would have said that when Shayna Baszler applied the clutch,
She's got tapping there.
she started doing that. I was like, Jade, why are you tapping?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, we're just looking at some comments on Twitter, guys. People are mixed bag about what's happened with Jade and Bianca and the botch when Jade slipped on the rope when she was jumping off, and then potentially tapping when Shayna had her in her arm lock. Headlock, sorry. It just I don't think it makes sense for them to face each other at SummerSlam because unless we're saying that Jade is going to become exponentially better to win against Bianca, because if you don't want her losing
it's about booking. I mean, she doesn't need to be a better wrestler than Bianca. They just need to book that she just beats her. Promo, Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn.
So much, but we say we were showing up here tonight and we're going to go tonight. That's exactly what we missed. Shayna and Zoey being Bianca, they had absolutely zero chance of beating us, but we had all of Scotland beating us. And he says all of Scotland, he means all of Scotland. And there's no way you were letting everyone remember. Couldn't keep it going. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations again.
Ooh, she forgot her lines there.
I just feel like, yeah, yes, he does. He's just missing the Olympic gold medal. Yeah, he's like even the way he speaks on a microphone, the way the way he speaks, he's similar to Kurt Angle. Even the way he speaks.
Didn't he say that it was his hero, one of his heroes? Chad Gable said. It would make sense because you sort of, whether you meant to or not, you've modelled yourself off him in some ways.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, when you're going through, what can we give them? What can we give them? We're not going to give them like what's it called again? A Pipe and Niven win. We're going to give them this. Oh, let's give them this tag team. Let's insert these two Scottish people. And I just feel like when it comes to women's division, and when it comes to black women, that 26-second swing can happen too often. As in, if anyone else would be like, no, we can't do that to them. We can't do that. You know what I'm trying to say? But when it comes to, we can do that to them. I feel that's what it is. I feel like WWE can take the piss when it comes to certain stars, and it can't when it comes to others.
Yeah.
And I think black women in WWE, they fall under the category of, yeah, we'll push you to push you and squash you to squash you. And like, and not the black women, actually, black men. Because look at Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
They pushed Kofi because the WWE universe forced them to push him. But as soon as they could, they let Brock Lesnar come and squash him in 1 second. Like, and they can only really do that to black stars. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's something about it that's, I can't quite put my finger in it fully, but there's something off about it.
Mm. Yeah, I understand what you're saying because
Like,
no other. Let's like Naomi and Sasha walked out. No other people have just walked out like that. Who are like your top roster, your star. That it's. I think that was a culmination of you're asking us to do something again today, again another squash, again another thing. Or you've pushed us around too many times and we're done now. Because if they walk out as the top stars, I mean, Sasha was one of the top women stars in WWE.
Yeah. Why can't your black stars be dominant? I know Bianca Belair was a dominant champion, but
and not just on NXT.
Yeah.
NXT does well. NXT is so good at showing 50% men, 50% women. You've got different ethnicities.
I've said this many times. They can do the whole Alba Femi being champion in NXT, Trick Williams being champion with young OG, all of these black stars with locks.
And then
Roxanne, who's technically not white, Latinos. They can do that at NXT because it's not exposed to white supremacy fully. NXT has got small crowds, small audience, and you look at the NXT crowd, it's a lot of brothers in the crowd.
Yeah.
However, as soon as these stars go up to the main roster and get exposed to the 99% of the crowd that are just from Texas and whatever, and they don't get the cheers, they don't get the backing that they did in NXT, it's then they get exposed to a type of fan base that doesn't want to see them, basically. And that's why WWE is like, as much as they want to lead, they are always forced to give the fans what they want. And the fans want to see Braun Breaker and not Carmelo Hayes. If they want to see Ilya Dragunov and not Carmelo Hayes or not Trick Williams because of whatever reason, then the WWE need to make money, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to do it. Whereas in NXT, because NXT is like a side project that doesn't make too much money, they can afford to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Which means I'm going to push Obafemi, I'm going to push these black stars. When they go to the main roster, I don't know, perhaps it won't work out because, you know, the WWE fan base is what it is. The demographics of the people who watch wrestling is what it is. Right? And they try their best to maybe use other wrestlers to get new demographics watching, bring The Rock in, bring all the other people in to get new types of people watching, but it doesn't change much. Look at the audience.
Yeah.
The audience is always just looking the same. So
it's so interesting for me because growing up, I didn't watch wrestling, but most of my friends were black, but they watched wrestling. But when you look in the crowd, I think the people that bums in seats is not always reflective.
Yeah.
Because Jinder, India has a massive wrestling scene, and I was surprised when they let go of Jinder Mahal, and I think he was like, "I'm out because you're taking the mick out of me." Because he gave one of the most truest promos ever in the history of wrestling when he gave that promo about America and the rest of the world. Sorry, Americans, I don't hate your country. I've been there living.
No, I hate America.
America's got a lot of problems by centering itself.
I hate America.
And the rest of the world's like, hang on.
I hate what America has done to African Americans. They've made African Americans almost like white supremacists in the way they gatekeep black experience. And I've always said this: African Americans, they make up like 4% of the black people around the world, but their experience of being black has to be everyone else's. They're very oppressive in their view of the world. But because America is the best at everything, and America, they've been also internalized a lot of that supremacy themselves. Yes, they're also descendants from slaves or descendants from enslaved people. Such like I am. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm also descendant from enslaved people. So there is that trauma which we all, well, I definitely understand, and a lot of us need to understand a bit more. And I think that trauma and that constant racism in America that they face constantly creates a certain mindset. I always say, don't forget, most black people, Nigerians, Ghanaians, 99% of black people don't face the same racism because they're around other black people. Like Jamaica is a country with just black people in it, mostly. Nigeria, Ghana, all of these countries have mostly black people in them. So we're not going to face the same level of direct racism in our faces. So we don't have some of the same experiences day to day. And I think that is also an issue that African Americans need to understand. That's their issue. That's the issue that they face more. We face this in the UK, don't get twisted, but they also face it in America at a different level. But we don't all face it. We don't all have that problem on the day-to-day. And you just need, African Americans just need to understand that. They don't get to dictate the black experience. They just don't. And that's what pisses me off about African Americans. They get to tell the world what being black is like. And that's not right. It never has been right. There's something supremacist about that. Like the lack of understanding that they are African descendants from African people. Yes, you don't have that connection because of, that connection was severed, but you are descendants of them. So there's nothing that they can take from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, anyway, I'm deviating from wrestling. Let's just enjoy Piper Niven. Let's go back to the comments. All in the game is saying Piper's a good worker. In the ring, always makes everyone look good.
That's true.
That is true. She's also quite safe. I feel for a bigger person, let's not call her big, for a bigger person, she could easily injure a lot of people, but she usually, and I've said this many times, even when she does that move where she falls, that bomb where she falls on top of you.
Yeah.
She always does it in a way where most of her body weight, if you watch it, most of her body weight is not even on the wrestler. Whereas someone like Nia Jax, I'm not saying Nia Jax is bad in the ring, by the way. I'm saying Nia Jax is more like a Brock Lesnar, as in she'll leave a stiff one in. Nobody complained when Brock Lesnar was making everyone bleed, was breaking Roman Reigns' arm. No one complained when he was just always hurting people all the time. Nobody said anything. But when it comes to Nia, people complain a lot. However, I do think that Piper is very clean in the ring. She doesn't botch a lot. And like I said, she just comes across and she definitely looks like a safe worker. Like, she's not going to hurt me. Even though she's a lot bigger than me.
Yeah, I've always noticed that about Piper. Even when she was still called Dewdrop, she was really good. Really good presentation, really good, even on the mic, just recovery. Like, even if she messed up, she doesn't. Sometimes the wrestlers will be thrown off when they make a mistake, or she's got this really like authentic feel. Plus, I think she's allowed, like, her accent, she doesn't have to change it up too much.
I don't mind Dewdrop. I don't mind Vince's view on some of the things. Think about Vince, that's different to Triple H, yeah? Triple H wants to give the wrestlers and the wrestling fans what they want. And the wrestling fans are a very small minority of people who watch actually wrestling. Most of us are just fans of sports entertainment. And one thing that Vince was good at was creating a larger-than-life feel and larger-than-life character. He would get rid of your name like Piper Niven, and he'll say Dewdrop. And while all the wrestling community would cry and say, "Oh my God, why are you calling her Dewdrop?" I get it. Dewdrop has a better ring to it. It's more commercially viable, the name Dewdrop, than Piper Niven.
And it had that double meaning, didn't it?
Yeah. So it's like.
So I'm guessing she had a say in
Vince. One thing Vince had his mistakes, right? But one thing that Vince is good at is better than the fans at seeing what's good and what's not good.
Except about his own morals.
Okay.
But in business, 100.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, I'm literally talking about WWE. I did literally say.
I know, that's why I'm joking.
His personal stuff is his personal stuff, but as a businessman, he knew to call Roman Reigns Roman Reigns. Like, he knew to call Seth Rollins. Like, all these names he gave Brock Lesnar. Take off the don't call yourself Bianca Belair, call yourself Bianca Belair. Like, Vince was good at doing these things. the marketing stuff. He just knows. But I don't think Triple H is as good. Triple H is the sort of person that will listen to the niche wrestling fan rather than try to make something larger than life and attract 20% more people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can cater your wrestling to just the wrestling fans, and that way, wrestling as a business will never grow because you'll never expand your audience.
Yeah.
Or you can cater the product to the neutrals or cater the product to people who are more passive fans. As that. And therefore, rather than getting 1 million views every week, you'll get 2 or 3 million because, you know, the people who are not wrestling fans will tune in because it's larger than wrestling. It's bigger than wrestling. And that's what Vince was good at doing. Where I think Triple H at the moment, what he's doing is leading to wrestling being maybe smaller and being more niche to just hardcore wrestling fans, to just the white supremacy arm of wrestling. Which means he's like the Street Profits and certain sort of wrestlers he's not going to treat that well.
I just think it's
and not expand it.
I don't think it makes sense for him to do that. It's actually a bad business idea, especially when they're bringing that Raw to Netflix. It's going to go worldwide. Everyone in the world will be able to watch.
I agree, but I think it's about how you interpret data, how you interpret things. You can either look at the people who make the most noise, and the people who make the most noise aren't. You think, okay, let me just do what they say, because if I don't do what they say, they'll leave. But then by catering to the people who make the most noise, who's threatening to leave, you're also forgetting that there's 100 billion people. There isn't. But let's say there's 100 billion people, yeah, there's 8 billion out there for you to gain that don't actually watch wrestling. And the more you're catering for the hardcores, the Cody Rhodes crybabies, is the smaller the product will be. The more cemented they'll be, but the smaller the product will be.
Yeah, I get you.
But it is what it is, man.
I think we should try. Let's try charging the phone. We'll take the mic out, and it should still give audio from the different kind of audio.
All right.
But we'll test it.
So guys, we're watching the Piper Niven match at the moment. Piper Niven versus Bayley. Piper Niven is now gonna. Oh!
Wow. Okay.
So Piper just did a barrel roll. Just did a barrel roll from the apron.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and see if I can hear what we sound like now. If we sound like anything, we have to wait for us to see.
Who have you guys got? Can you guys hear me? First and foremost, the microphones are gone because we need to charge the camera using the same output or input, whatever you want to call it, as the microphone. So let us know what the sound is like, guys, if you still can hear us. And if you can still hear us, let us know who you have. Have you got Piper Niven winning this or Bayley?
It's coming like an audio echo. It's almost like it's still working. The mics. Turn them off a second. Because we're on like a delay feed, guys. You hear?
Charge. Let me know who you guys have. I can't even speak. Bayley is going to win this match, I think.
Let's see if I can turn the microphones off a bit.
I can definitely hear.
Delay feed, guys. They're still echoey. I was weird. I'm not sure why. The sound is still coming through to you guys, but
We live and learn. We live and learn.
we'll put the mics back in about 5 minutes. We just need to charge the phone up enough to get to the last match.
One other thing, AEW had Jade Cargill not lose a match for like 10 years. Within 2 months of winning the title, Jade Cargill suffered a loss. Hey, Bayley. That chant is such an annoying chant. I wish we can wrestle wrestling back from these idiots and make wrestling cool again. Because they're trying their best. They got Carmelo Hayes. One other thing. They got Carmelo Hayes and other guys trying their best to actually make wrestling cool.
Mm.
But then you got all of these guys, hey, Bayley. I wanna, like, these corny ass guys, so corny. Go on, Piper. I'm liking this performance by Piper, though.
Okay, so the echo stopped now. I put the audio back to the Mac microphone, I think. So you'll hear us from the Mac for a bit.
What? I don't know about that move, Bayley. Piper's on the ropes. That makes more sense. The other move that Bayley did, I'm like, what? What does that do? What does that do, Bayley? What does that do? What it do?
Oh, Bailey's got a little purple in her hair. I can see it better now.
All in the game is not a Carmelo person. I hear you. I'm a Carmelo guy, man. I like Carmelo Hayes. I like when I see a wrestler and there's no one like him. Like, I don't like the same people all over and over again. There's no one like Carmelo. The way he speaks, his cadence, his persona.
When it took me, when I first saw him with Trick, I was like, what is this guy? Thinks he's the greatest.
Yeah,
Like,
the whole him,
okay, I get
the whole
it.
him thing, the basketball thing, I don't miss. This whole thing is just it's different, right?
Yeah, retiring your jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Retiring your jersey, all these things. This whole thing is just fresh. And most of these wrestlers, they just do the same stuff. So he's come with something really different. Different swag, glasses. He's got braids in his hair. He's not a typical white man with long hair like a Drew McIntyre or Roman. Like,
AJ.
I'm tired of everyone
CM.
else, yeah. All other characters acting black. I'm tired of seeing the Usos. Come on, man, act part of the culture and whatever. But the minute that one of us, like a Carmelo Hayes, is like that, people don't like it. It's just like, no. Like, black people in wrestling don't need to be all at the New Day and dance and shake their bum to get over. And I hope Carmelo Hayes continues to.
On bouncy. There's a new 18-year-old kid who flies around the ring.
Yeah,
But I like a
bouncy.
lot. Javon, yeah,
Yeah, I
Javon.
like Javon.
Javon.
I like Javon as well.
He's like, let's get bouncy. It just reminds me of it's such a Gen Z thing. It's just like
Yeah.
he's just so cool and chilled and relaxed with himself, but he's also really good. He's just like, okay, I'm here with who was he here with last week? They inserted him with someone.
Last week. It was his trick last week in a tag team
Oh
match.
yeah.
But this week he faced off against something Spears. That Spears guy. But yeah, he's a breath of fresh air. I like him because he's already in the ring. He's really, really clean. He's really, really good. Some of the moves that he does are very complex, complicated, and he does them very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the future's bright for him. There's an authenticity, like an aura about him that's not fake. That's real.
Yeah.
And because he's so young as well, when he's getting beaten up, you almost don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You almost like
You're like, oh no.
you literally like, leave the kid alone. Leave him alone. He's only a kid. So yeah, I like Javon. I like different gimmicks. I like when a gimmick is fresh. When I first saw Ilya Dragunov, I was like, what is this
Me too, but
Russian
now I love him.
Russian guy who's waving his hands around? But now, listen, I like Ilya Dragunov. I like him.
I
I
don't,
like
yeah,
I like Bron
Evolve.
Breaker. I just listen. Before all of these NXT guys came up, I said to you, what did I say to you? I said, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, all of these guys in NXT, when they come up to the main roster, they're not going to be inserted at the bottom. They're going to be inserted either in the middle or at the top. And what
Yeah.
we've seen Braun Breaker already almost, he's one of the top guys on Raw. We've seen Carmelo face Randy Orton, LA Knight. These
Cody.
guys, Cody, these two, Bayley. Bayley's won.
Bayley.
Well done, Bayley.
Did it.
But yeah, we've already these guys like in NXT were so good that they were inserted almost at the top of the cards on main roster.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes was the first draft pick
Yes.
for SmackDown. Yeah, man. Carmelo has the aura, man. He has it. He does.
I think it's interesting. The one thing that I like under Triple H is that the people he's bringing up from NXT, he's not necessarily making all of them do the route of now you have to be on the bottom card in the
Yeah.
in
It's
Raw
it's
or
make
SmackDown.
it's
He's like,
yeah,
I'm putting you where you should be from my perspective.
yeah.
So that's why,
Which makes more sense because
yeah,
NXT, you can see NXT as a developmental brand, as in after you graduate from NXT and move up to Raw, which is what it is technically, but also it's seen as a third brand. So it's not just about moving up,
yeah,
i.e., if you can move from NXT to Raw and get a title shot straight away because you're that good. So I kind of like that because just because you're not on the main brand, it doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means it's not your time. That's what it means.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I agree.
That's why it makes sense. Like you can't keep someone like Braun Breaker. You can't bring in Braun Breaker up and have him at the bottom of the card. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Braun is an animal. Respect him for not using the Steiner name.
We all know why we know
Do you know what?
why he needs to not do that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
needs to a certain type of woman he wants to attract, a certain type of people
yeah.
he wants to
Braun.
attract.
Look at Braun's face. Braun's gimmick. Look at his beard. Look at his tan. Let's keep it 100 on this channel. Yeah. Braun is leaning into a certain like he's leaning into certain things. Look how he shaped his beard off. He's like he doesn't want to be seen as a Steiner
Mm-mm,
at
no.
all. He doesn't. He thinks he's cooler. He's not part of that generation. He's young. He's at the barbers all the time. He's at the barbers with the mandem.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's the sort of person he comes across as. So it's interesting. Some people that were holding titles are no longer holding titles in that picture.
Yeah.
Bianca and Jade.
Interesting. So what's the next big pay-per-view after this?
Mm, Hell in a Cell? Is Hell in a Cell before SummerSlam? I don't know. There's going to be one in July, right? Before SummerSlam in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braun is crazy. The way they're booking Braun at the moment, just destroying everybody. It's probably the best way to do it, if I'm being real. Have him just like
I like him.
Braun.
Braun, yeah.
Yeah, he should be facing the world champion very soon. Like there's no point keeping him away from the title scene. He's ready.
Oh, the world's strongest man people. Used to love watching that with my dad growing up.
These world's strongest men competitions don't make no sense. I look at these guys and I'm like, which sort of European white man created this competition about the world's strongest men and only have Europeans in it? Like the world's
Yeah,
strongest man, yeah, is not going to be in any European country, bruv.
that's
Like
true.
it's not. It's. I'm telling you for a fact. The world's strongest man is probably some African village somewhere. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Don't think Africans are these skinny people, bruv. Like just don't do it. There are some who are skinny. There's some who are big and strong.
yeah.
I
There's
don't like. I don't
loads of
like world competitions that are not open to the world.
no.
World strongest man, my back foot. These guys are just bending up. These guys are just bending. These guys are just laughing. So we're on a break right now, guys.
Oh, yeah. Money in the Bank. Yeah,
So money in the bank
July
situation.
6th.
Yeah, money in the bank. There you go. That's the answer. Money in the bizzle.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because they got a Berlin show later on in the year as well. Bash in Berlin. These extra new shows that have been added in: Clash at the Castle, Bash in Berlin. So will will they have Gunther win something in Germany? Like it makes sense, right?
Mm,
Oh, did Mark Henry win World's Strongest Man once?
mm.
Oh, how did he enter it?
Wait,
As America?
I don't. He was billed. Mark Henry was billed as the world's strongest man. But you know, wrestling sometimes they bill you. He's the world's strongest man, and then you do the research, and it's like he never won the competition. He's just known as the world's strongest man. So I'll be very interested if he's won it. He probably has won it.
He won the 2002 Arnold Strongman Classic, however.
What does that mean? He won the like. I struggle, yeah, with somebody saying that if you do this and if you do that and if you lift this boulder here and bring this boulder to this place, it means you're the world's strongest man. I struggle with things that are like premised like that.
Mm.
Like you're the world's strongest man because have decided that, or some random person or random team of people have decided that these 6 events, once you've completed them, it means you're the strongest man in the world. I just have a problem with that. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's all arbitrary because
Yeah,
you don't know if you're really the strongest man. It's the sick these whatever competition's been chosen, which sometimes it was like pull a lorry. What if you don't have a lorry? Like what are you pulling? Like
yeah.
some country you might pull a tree,
It's just a
a
bit.
fell tree, or
I guess it's one of the ones. Someone would argue that. I mean, there has to be something.
yeah.
We have to choose something to test these people. There has to be some sort of hallmark of strength, whatever. So there has to be something. So I kind of get that too. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just the world's strongest man. But yeah, Mark Henry definitely was billed as the world's strongest man. It looks like he won it. He won a version of it, at least a version of it in
Mm-hmm.
2002. Just take your bloody title.
Trying to
I'm
get
about to take
Cody.
your bloody title. Aye, Scotland, Glasgow. I'm gonna take your bloody title.
That's a good one. Good acting
Nice.
version.
It's morphing into the Irish. McLeod, McGregor,
Connor McLeod.
Conor McLeod, McGregor,
Connor McLeod.
McGinn, McTominay,
McTominay. Oh yeah.
McIntyre. Nah, man, I'm butchering. I'm butchering it a little bit, but I think I do a better Scottish accent than Drew. Drew McIntyre does a very Americanized Scottish accent. He's very aware of his audience and
Oh yeah, the Mountain
the mountain.
from Game of Thrones. He played
Ah, yeah, I heard about that.
the brother of Thingy.
Yeah, I heard that he won the strongest man competition, the mountain. Yeah, he's a monster. Is it drug tested?
You know what? Then maybe they just everyone
must
stopped
be.
taking drugs for
It
like
must.
3 weeks before the thing.
Yeah,
Does it and then
that's what
carries
I'm
on.
saying about these things. I'm just like, whatever, man, whatever. You're the world's strongest man, whatever, man. There we go. Drew's entrance, bagpipes again.
Okay. This is cool. Yeah, so forget the English try to get rid of the Scottish culture too. And try to
It's interesting. It's the common denominator is always the English.
yeah.
The Scottish hate the English.
The Irish
The Irish hate
hate
the English.
the Welsh.
Hate the English. Like, and the English said, you know what? You guys all hate us, but we're gonna bring you guys together and call you guys. I mean, not the Irish, but call you guys the United Kingdom. I mean, we're gonna all unite and da 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 da. And it's all good for us, and it's gonna be beneficial for the English. The English are the best gaslighters
Oh yeah.
in the history of civilization.
This is why I'm telling you, England is not allowed to win the Euros or the World Cup until they repent for the sins on the world. They're not allowed to
They're
win.
not allowed to win anything.
The women's allowed to win
They
because
will never win anything unless they repent the English. Like, this country colonized three quarters of the world. And colonize is a soft word that they use to describe what they did.
hmm
Oi.
Are they going to play his thing live? If they do, that is so sick. I don't care what it tells me. If these guys are playing the bagpipes live for Drew, that is sick. They are.
Osman just said about 15 minutes ago the audio got fixed. So it's interesting. We're not even using a microphone.
We took the mics out.
We took the mics out.
And I put it to the MacBook microphone. So maybe what was happening before, that double audio, everyone was been hearing that the whole time. Because it's not, it's like slightly tinny. It's like it was coming through there and there.
Because we usually listen.
True, no, it was fine.
It was fine. So I don't know. Let's not
Yeah.
make things up. Maybe the audio is cleaner through the laptop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I took it away from the iPhone because it was on the iPhone before. So it was coming through the iPhone and the MacBook. Now it's just coming through the MacBook.
There you go. Maybe that's what it is because it was coming from two, like you said, two sources.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing that. Good
Two
learning.
sources.
Leave that guy to
Yeah,
you had to
Drew.
swing it around. Go on, Drew.
I never thought this event was going to get sold out. The ticket prices were so expensive.
Yeah, they must have had to give some away or do something.
Yeah. But it looks as if this place is full. They are playing it.
Oh, that is so sick. I see those guys in the back. I want to be those guys.
That's why all the guys that get over, I realize in wrestling, have to have all have this dead stupid rock music. Like Cody's music is just that crap Whoa, promises when I was younger. And everyone sings along to it. I'm like, this is rock music. I'm not a fan of rock music. I'm just not. Like, there are probably one or two rock songs that I would do like. Like, I'm a bit open-minded, so, but rock music isn't the best for me. It just isn't. My ears don't really understand what I'm hearing. It's very loud, and I'm like, all of these guys with their rock. Drew's songs not really rock. Drew's with bagpipes and stuff. But Cody's theme tune, man, I'm just like,
Yeah, CM Punk's got a rock one as well.
yeah,
Loads of them have got those rocky.
yeah. There's no hip hop, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like the most popular music in the world right now is like R&B, pop, hip hop. That's pop, right? That's what most people listen to, not rock really. But in WWE, the most popular songs are all the rock songs,
Yeah.
and that shows you about the audience. WWE audience isn't like even the center ground audience. It's proper right wing audience.
Mm.
It's proper rocky southerner. Like, I know we're in Scotland at the moment, but look at the Scotland crowd. We're in the UK anyway. We're in the United Kingdom, so we're not gonna get much, people that are part of my culture. But it's just the fact that even the music everyone listens to, the music that everyone likes in wrestling are all in my opinion, the deadest, crappiest rock songs. None of that the nice hip hop ones. None of that the street profits. Apart from Trick Williams, when everyone gets to whoop that trick. But without the chant, whoop that trick, nobody would be feeling that boom, boom, that Trick Williams beat. We would be feeling it. Maybe all in the game might be feeling it, but these guys wouldn't be feeling it. It's just the whoop that trick inserted that inside is getting over. It's just that, yeah, man. It's very interesting, man. Even the songs that get over with the crowd annoy me. So I'm like, why are you guys singing along to this song? This song is what you guys like. I just look at this crowd and I'm like, they ain't me, man. I ain't one of these people, man. But yeah, I like Drew though. I do like Drew. All in the game. Trouble with the English is that they never remember. Trouble with the Irish is that they never forget.
Yes, I've heard that quote before.
Yeah.
My mother's Irish descent there, so I've definitely heard that in my house before.
But if you're the person doing all of the stuff, you're not gonna forget. Like, you very easily forget. If you're there, if you're going around punching people, R-wording people, murdering, taking all these things, you don't want to remember that stuff. You're gonna always, oh, what did that didn't really happen? Did we do that? No.
It's that bad. People, they were happy to be
They were
enslaved.
they were
And we
happy.
gave them better life.
Yeah,
It helped. We civilized.
yeah. We
Civilized is the worst
we
word.
freed them. Yeah, we're English. Oh my gosh, these guys.
Oh no! Were they calling the bisexual Undertaker or something like that? Like someone's holding the sign up
Homosexual
right next to
Undertaker.
him. And I'm all here for it, that's fine. It's just I don't think Damien's aware that that's what people have to say.
I think someone said it like to him,
Oh, did they?
and I'm pretty sure either who was it? Was it Cody? Not Cody. I'm pretty sure somebody said that to him. What?
So I'm trying to see because the camera's in the way. I think he says some sort of brand of something. It's not a spirit brand, did he say?
I didn't hear him.
Because remember we were saying, is it an actual drink or is it?
Get your money, guys. Osman is like, American crowds don't know how to do spontaneous chants and singing. They got to use these rock anthems to get people singing along in the venue.
That's a good point. Because the Irish have and the Scots, like they've always had their music and the armies as you march, you can see, you've heard, we've seen this TV show called Sharp. They always walking and singing their little melody and having everyone.
He says that, but most of the people singing along, most of the times, yeah, the sing along to these rock anthems are more prominent today in Scotland and in Jeddah and in France.
Oh,
When
yeah,
they
France
when
went
they go back
crazy.
home to America, they do sing along to it, but maybe not as much. But you're right. At the same time, you are right, Oz. You are right. I think it's just weird, and it's reflects, as I've said many times, the audience of WWE that you have a lot of hip hop tunes. Like you all gonna want to go big, then say that. Like Big E's tune when he used to come out. Even Bianca Belair's tune, I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's like that's a very easy song to sing along to. And even like Carmelo Hayes' tune and whatnot. And I know, like I said, Trick Williams is, he's different. He's different. Let's leave him out. Let's leave Trick Williams out of it. But it's always these rocky songs
Yeah,
that people want to get, and
that's it.
that just reflects the
I think that's a good point there.
drunken singing.
Yeah, that's what they sound like. The rock song is like the drunken sing along, like
The Rock doesn't have a song.
not the rock songs.
Oh, rock
Rock
songs.
songs are like when
Yeah.
people get like when you know
Ro-
Bon Jovi is played at every bar and pub that as it closes down in the UK. Oh, whoa! Everyone gets
yeah.
drunk. Everyone's singing. I get what you're
But
saying.
I guess we're making the same point.
Yeah,
The point is music from a certain demographic won't get over in
yeah,
WWE. People from a certain demographic won't get over or find it more difficult to get over in WWE. Like some people get over just because of their song alone. And if your song is a hip hop song, you probably won't get over as quickly or as easily because of the demographics that watch wrestling, because of the demographics that fill the stadiums. And that's why me as a black man, when I watch wrestling, I get frustrated because there's no one really like me. The people that I like don't really get the cheers, and the people that I don't really like gets most of the love and adulation. So sometimes it can be. Sometimes I wish I could watch wrestling without the fans.
yeah.
I
Like
did.
it was during lockdown.
Yeah, I did say to you during lockdown. Yeah, enjoy lockdown because after lockdown finishes, I agree that we do need the fans in wrestling because without the fans in wrestling, the fans they create a different dynamic. They create an energy, a buzz. It's electrifying when you have the fans. It's beautiful. But the fans can also capture a storyline, destroy a storyline. The fans can destroy a feud with their chanting, destroy the confidence of certain wrestlers. When you're trying to do a promo, what
Yeah,
all of these chants, it
yeah,
just ruins. If you're sitting at home, it ruins your experience often, especially the American chants because they're so obnoxious sometimes. I'm like, let the man speak. Stop trying to chant. You're not that important. I know you paid your money, but don't center yourself. The wrestlers are still the center of this whole thing, not your chants.
yeah.
It can be so frustrating to experience the crowd sometimes.
Thing is, I get the old school. I would separate the rock chants out from the old school ones. So like like the Batista song, or even the Randy Orton song.
Mm.
Those make sense to me because the longevity of they were. That's the music that was a hit in the 80s and 90s when they came out, or whatever. But the newer people, like the CM Punks and the
CM Punk's not.
ones that taking that rocky rock.
Mm.
I bet the CM Punk songs are a bit okay, but
Yeah, CM Punk's is not even that new anyway. He's had that song for a long time.
yeah. So that's what it's the longevity of it. Then it's that people like that old school. But when you're making new rock songs, you don't need to.
Yeah.
You could do different music. You can do what you want. Like
It's just annoying. Like I said, it's annoying that the certain songs are over.
yeah, like when Omos had his really sick Afrobeats entrance music, and then they changed it up because I guess I don't know what it was, but they
Yeah.
took it away.
Sweet Caroline. Oh my lord, I can't stand that song. Sweet Caroline, dum dum dum, na, na, na. Like it's so. This is why I find it difficult because mediocre artists and mediocre songs will rise to the top. All you got to give these guys is something white to attach themselves onto, and some basic rhythm, some basic lyrics, and they will love it. While other people are doing the most
Yeah.
and not getting appreciated. I can't stand that shit. Like MMA, or MMA fans make it hard to enjoy MMA events too. I can imagine.
Yeah, I bet they're even worse.
I can imagine.
Because they're a different kind of right wing. Because you get MMA. MMA is huge in Saudi, right? And you'd be like, oh, Saudi Arabians can't be right wing because they're brown. Yes, you can be capitalist. You can be super like elitist. And that's what ends up happening. There's really spaces of like loads of elite men, rich men, pay to get close to the. It's weird.
Oi.
It must be weird.
So Drew, this match is all right so far. You know, it started off decently. Bit of
Yeah.
pantomime at the beginning with crowds chanting and whatnot, but it's slowly getting into the weeds here. Oi!
Yeah, I mean, he's.
To see Priest just throw around Drew McIntyre like that. It's time for what's gonna happen here, because it's time for Priest to really cement himself as the guy now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Priest is gonna win this again. It'll be a shame. I want Drew to win,
Yeah.
but I think Priest is gonna win this.
It would be so excellent if Drew could win, but it would also be so excellent if Priest wins because he is. I want him to be dominant, you know? But Drew winning in Scotland would be a big deal as well.
The problem is it's about changing the demographics. Is like people like Bianca Belair, all right, were supposed to help do that, right? Help bring in a certain demographics. But if you're in a stadium and you're chanting EST in the stadium, and you realize that no one else is chanting, very slowly you will stop chanting. And then, you know what I'm trying to say? If you don't want to be the only person, so a lot of people will stop chanting. While at the same time, everyone's screaming, Mammy, for Rhea.
Yeah, that's
Even though she's a heel, for whatever reason. So it's like, when I watch this product, I'm just always confused. But I remind myself that this is America where Donald Trump exists, Democrats, Republicans. It's America where woke and anti-woke and all of these things, and race is so important, and black and white and left and right. I remember America is not like any other country. It's messed up
yeah, it's
in
very
that regard.
yeah.
So everything that flows from it would be, you know, would follow a certain pattern,
Yeah, all products created within
a certain
a
framework.
capitalistic country like that. Yeah, yeah.
It's not just capitalism. I'm talking about more about the racism,
I baked in
racismo.
the colonization and capitalization and racism that goes all together hand in hand.
Because most countries are capitalists. Nigeria is a capitalist country, and you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like, but you won't have the same.
Yeah, 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 I agree. I think capitalism was born out of
No,
yeah.
I don't agree fully.
Okay.
I think capitalism existed before racism, but I think modern day capitalism.
Yeah, I guess that's
Oh, another. I'm not another. That's a bigger botch.
that's a genuine botch.
That's a bigger botch than Jade. So I want to know if people are gonna be tweeting that botch. Let me know, guys, if you think that's a botch or that was on purpose. That looked like a botch to me. Damian Priest's foot, his leg is caught up in the ropes right now as we speak. It doesn't look natural. It looked like
Yeah, that was a mistake.
it looked like it was an accident. Oh man, that's funny. And the UFC keep pretending that they're non-political while unveiling Trump at events for applause and cheers. He literally gets given longer walkouts than the fighters.
Well,
Yeah. That's crazy. I never knew the UFC were doing it.
and that's crazy because UFC is now part of is with
WWE.
WWE. They're owned by the same
Yeah,
company.
it makes sense. It makes sense. And now, like, once you understand the picture, once you understand the dynamics, once you understand America, the cultural aspects, the racial aspects, once you understand who's in charge of WWE, once you understand that Triple H did blackface, Triple H said a lot of racist things in the past, a lot. Once you understand the UFC, once you understand the macro, you then understand why certain people are treated certain ways, why certain titles will be dropped, why certain people will be beaten in 26 seconds and disrespected. why certain people won't get over it as much because of the audience as well. And if you keep feeding into it, if you don't want to change it, and you keep feeding into this audience, you got Cody Rhodes with his blonde hair and American Nightmare, and everything about Cody, like I said before, screams white supremacy. He looks like the, you know what I'm saying? He seems like the guy that all the white people want to get behind because he's not, he's looks, he has that image that Roman doesn't have,
Yeah.
The Rock doesn't have. So once you add all of that and all the stupid AEW people that have now come across from AEW back to WWE with their stupid opinions, like it just makes a product that, I don't know, man. I do like WWE, I do like wrestling, but it can be hard to watch
Yeah.
knowing what I know about certain things. There you go. Future Shock DDT, kick out by Priest.
Wow. Kick out by Priest. Yeah, there's been. I was trying to look at that botch. I was like, how did it happen? All the biggest botches there have been to do with the ring ropes, and I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, you know what? You keep saying that the ropes, even now when no one's touching them, the ropes are just shaky.
Yeah, and they're not. They're meant to be so
And
hard that they barely move.
yeah, they're supposed to be so pulled and stretched
Yeah.
that maybe the ropes, the top ropes are not as solid
As they should be.
or as strong as they should be.
Because that'll make sense why Alba Fyre, when she jumped off, she didn't get the push she needed, and then the same thing, Jade just fell in. Like, even that bottom ring is jiggling. It's hella jiggly. Yeah. They're not meant to be that jiggly. Jiggly puff. They're not meant to.
Jiggly puff. I love puff. You just want to say the word puff.
No, it's because I can see her looking at me right now.
Yeah, but you can say the word puff, but you say puff. That's what I'm trying to say. No
Oh,
one
is it
says.
meant to say? Sorry.
We've had this conversation. Jiggly. You could easily, but you easily say puff rather than puff.
A
Because
jiggly puff.
it's not two O's. It's
Sorry,
PFF.
jiggly puff. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh man, you just want to say puff, man.
I didn't know. I don't know my
You
name.
want to say
I need to learn my Pokemon better.
puff. You need to learn your puff better.
You're silly.
You jiggly puff. There has been a few botches in this. Am I correct in saying this pay-per-view has been okay?
Yeah.
I think us talking and interacting with the chat has made it fun.
Yeah.
I think if we were watching it without the interaction, just me and you, we'll be like, this is okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the botches are letting it down. The mistakes are high profile mistakes. They're not small little things like, oh, you didn't roll me up properly or whatever it is. They're like really big mistakes.
Yeah. I wonder if they are going to actually say something. They could say something in the post-show conference.
Too flimsy. I can, I've only just noticed the Pride images on the turnbuckles, the Pride logo on the turnbuckle.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
I only just noticed it.
Pride. Oh, Prime, sorry.
So not Pride, Prime.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice it either until you pointed it out.
Let's see how WWE treat the Street Profits. Because since, like I said, Bobby Lashley has gone missing, no one's explained to us why he's gone missing. No one's cut a promo like about why Bobby Lashley's not around or why Street Profits are not with Bobby Lashley, why they're running around with Kevin Owens. It's like, I wish WWE gave every wrestler the opportunity to succeed. And if you don't succeed, it's your fault. Rather than, I'm going to give you guys 100 opportunities and I'm going to give you one opportunity. I wish they said, okay, we're going to give you both 10 opportunities to succeed. And if you succeed and you get over the crowd, you get over. If you don't, you don't. But they don't do that. This new bloodline thing is just getting shoved down our throats while other guys are just not being given the same dialogue, the same scripts. the same promo. Some people are giving some juicy things to say, while other people are just giving the lamest promos. And I'm like, who decides to give this guy a fire promo to say, and who decides to only let these people say 2 words? Who and who's accepting this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at Drew. Drew's like this.
Getting himself fired up to get.
Drew's on his back like this. What is that about?
Yeah, look how much the ring is bouncing when he just bounced the thing. That is ridiculous.
I don't know if we're looking too much into it, if the ropes are always like that. But you're right, they do look that they are proper.
No, it's not shouldn't be like that.
No, they are proper. You're
Because
right.
I don't
No,
normally
you're right.
see Drew be able to pull it down like
Right,
this.
right. No, you're fully right. The way that he went down there and he managed to pull the top
That's
rope
mad.
almost down to the second rope.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
And that's why Damian got his foot. Oh my.
Drop kick through. Whoa. Is that Claymore or drop kick? Wow.
This priest? Yeah.
Priest
He has to check him. He has to check him. Drew checked him because he's like, I don't even know if he's awake. He is awake.
Priest looked like he got knocked.
He looked like he was actually concussed in that. He might be. Drew's a professional, man. I love the way he checked right away.
Man.
Because his head was cocked to the side and he's not moving, just breathing only. I'm like,
but these guys are good at, they're good.
wow,
as well.
this is crazy.
Titus O'Neil has my favorite botch of all time. You remember that Titus O'Neil botch when he's running towards the ring, and he.
No, but I don't think I watched wrestling.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah.
And he wants to go under by mistake.
Yeah. He's running towards the ring, and he.
It's
South
so
of Heavens,
cute.
he's not gonna win, surely. 2. Oh, Drew kicked out.
Oh.
Yeah, Titus is running, and right before he just falls. And this guy falls and he goes under the ring when he falls.
He just
listen, go deep under the ring and don't come back.
Come out
that was
next
me, yeah, next week.
Next season.
If that was me, I would have just crawled under the ring and just stayed there. Like one of the most famous butchers. Why would you? I still can't get over the fact they took the titles away from Bianca and Jade and they gave it to Alba, Fyre and Isla Dawn. We haven't seen these guys on TV for like a year. Nobody knows about them. The only people who know about them are the Scottish people. And they decided to take the titles of the 2 biggest female stars right now, especially now that Rhea Ripley has gone, and give it to these 2. Even now I'm watching this match, I'm thinking, why? Why was that decided on? I don't know.
It's interesting.
So we got Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre on the top rope right now.
You have to adjust what you're doing because when the ropes aren't giving you the tension you need, you can't both stand on the same rope. I noticed they was both standing completely different areas trying to. Very professional, understandable. They do this for 20 years, so they know how to deal with all that. Whoa. Oh! Oh my gosh!
He's done. Claymore.
He's gonna win!
No way!
He kicked out!
He kicked out.
She kicked out! I can't believe it!
He kicked out of the Claymore. Yeah. Drew's not gonna win this. I feel it. I feel it in my fingers. That Claymore and that kick out.
That's a comment. I can't read it. It's too far away.
All in the game.
That would be hilarious.
That's crazy.
Imagine.
Imagine that. Damian should go full heel and pull out a German kit. I've got a promo on how shit the Scotland team were.
Yeah, man.
Imagine that. Oh no. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Like sometimes we can make better TV than what these guys are giving us, man. That would be sick.
If
But I
Drew
mean,
doesn't
to be
win,
fair, all in the game. This whole heel face thing is weird because just because people are like Judgment Day are full heels. The Judgment Day are heels. Let's not like pretend these guys are faces. They're heels. They're like just because we cheer for them or they're getting cheers doesn't mean they're not heels. Like you can cheer for a heel. And you know, I'm beginning not to like this whole face heel thing because I'm like, hold on a second. This bad guy, good guy is. This is why wrestling is. It can't grow bigger than what it is because the referee's gone now. The referee has been thrown out the ring now, so we're gonna get some antics. Clearly,
Drew's gonna win, but not win because the ref's taken out.
I think the whole good guy, bad guy, right, left, face, heel, that just simplifies the whole thing a bit too much for me. Here we go. Drew's gonna win, and no referee. Of course not.
Scotland can count well.
And he's gonna kick out 1, 2. What?
Wait, it's CM Punk. It's
It's
CM
CM
Punk.
Punk.
I was like, why isn't he doing the? Oh, I like his trainers though. I like those trainers.
Oh no, CM Punk came in and he's not gonna count. Oh man, Punk. This is why I don't understand about wrestling. This is why this channel is called Divergent Wisdom. Because in this feud between CM Punk and Drew, Drew's the face in this feud. Drew's the one telling the truth. But yet CM Punk gets all the cheers by the American fans.
Oh, low blow. That's not cool. Punk is you need to be careful. Drunk
Punk
Scottish men might
Punk just did what he did, right? And I guarantee you on Monday he's gonna get cheered.
in
Punk,
America,
right,
yeah.
in America, he's going to get cheered. Punk is a heel. Damian Priest, House of Heaven, choke slam. He's going to pin Drew and he's going to win.
I think Damien's hurt his ankle and his leg from before, for real, when he came out that. Yeah, man, this guy's emotional. He's in pain because he broke his leg.
So, what we got here, guys, is CM Punk interfering in Scotland, leaving the whole Scottish crowd in silence, except for a couple of ginger guys who are now hugging CM Punk. And yeah, Damian Priest has won, has beaten Drew McIntyre in Scotland. Again, Drew McIntyre loses in Scotland. Do you know what? At this point here, I'm telling Triple H, don't have it in Scotland again and don't have me main event ever again unless I win.
Yeah.
Because you're now taking the piss. You got Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn beating Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, who like nobody knows about these women. And you're taking a belt of two high profile champions, but you won't give me the belt. You won't take it from Damon. Like I wouldn't mind if they took it from Damon for a month, gave it to Drew for a month again, and then do you know what I mean? Just give it to Drew.
Well, Damien is in real pain because he is crying tears of real tears. I don't know if he's selling the leg thing, but that's the foot that got caught in the.
Yeah.
I,
And if he's broken it, then does he have to vacate the
yeah,
championship?
probably. Which we
Let's see how damaged. I mean, it could be kayfabe. He could be playing along a little bit. I don't know yet. We don't know. I guess every time a wrestler comes out in non-wrestling boots like that, it's always a nice.
Oh yeah, what I said about CM Punk's trainers. He's got like low dunks, black, white, and red
Is
colors.
it some sort of deal? What is it then? What are we saying here? Is there some sort of agreement between WWE and Nike or something?
That's a good point. I'm pretty sure Roman wears Jordans all the time. A lot of
I don't
trainers.
get why CM Punk has to mess with Drew McIntyre in this match. It's got nothing to do with CM Punk. It's like me and you have our beef, but
Yeah, those trainers.
yeah, it's very interesting. What do you guys think of the ending? Once again, ending that wasn't clean.
Yeah, his foot is hurt because he keeps trying to lift it up.
Yeah, we'll see what this means. It might just mean a month off.
Sorry, Damian.
Might mean, I don't know. But another botch.
That's why he's covering his eyes and face and stuff.
Maybe he knows he has to vacate the title. Maybe he knows it's serious. I don't know. It's very fun ending. The only match that I was disappointed in is the ending to the women's tag team match
Yeah.
because our favorites, didn't win.
I know, I'm upset about that.
But other than that, it's been decent. I think interacting with you guys has made it fun.
You definitely.
We're just talking your ears off, and you guys are obviously giving us a lot of feedback and having conversation with us. So yeah, it's made it a lot more interesting. We've got a lot, as you can hear, a lot to say about everything. We're very opinionated, but we love wrestling, man. We love the psychology behind stuff.
Yeah.
We like the stories that are being told in the ring, as much as the performances, of course, the moves and everything else. But yeah, it's been fun pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to come back here for a very long time. I'm done with Scotland now. I'm done with the Scottish fans. They made it lively though. They were definitely entertaining, and they were definitely lively, I guess.
The
But
first time I want to see, it's now time for WWE to go to an African country and go to a city in an African country and do a pay-per-view. Because I don't think I've seen a pay-per-view from a
outside of whiteness.
yeah.
So we need
Maybe
to have a
South
go
Beach, that's
to.
it.
I know we did it in Puerto Rico, but Puerto Ricans are too close to whiteness to me. Like personally, that's me. I might be wrong. Puerto Ricans might be hearing this and get offended, but we need to go into Asia, India. I know we've gone to Saudi Arabia, which is fine. Next time, the next place we need to go is Africa.
Yeah.
We need a pay-per-view in Africa. And if you can't get one in Africa, then it shows what sort of product it is. It shows that this product isn't Africa friendly.
The thing is, we know that it would be because remember that small wrestling troupe in Uganda where
That's just one.
those two showed up.
That's just one thing though.
I mean, there's lots of wrestling and there's lots of wrestling fans all over the world. So I
yeah.
WWE are missing out by not going there and.
All in the game things, the pay-per-view was fairly predictable. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, I didn't predict Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill losing, but other than that, I think most of the other matches were fairly predictable. Yeah. Next UK PLE needs to be in London. South Africa or Nigeria will be ideal. Yeah. Come to London, man. I think London will do well.
They said they'll make WrestleMania happen 2026 or something in London if.
But don't get twisted. Like I know that I'm the minority. Me and you are the minority, even in London. So even if the pay-per-view was in London, it'll feel like America because we are still the minority here. You know, majority of people probably in London and probably are the annoying fans that we don't like anyway. But I agree, man. Bring it to Africa. Bring the next pay-per-view. Sell your 15,000 tickets. Don't make it too big. Don't be too ambitious. Just have it in a nice arena. Have it in Nigeria, like you said. South Africa. Have it there, man. Just let's do that. You know? But yeah. We're watching all the recaps now of the matches.
I just want to hear Bianca and Jade talk in the press. I want to know what the heck.
The press.
What the heck? The press conference that comes after this.
Are they scheduled to be
part now, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't know what their plan is for this conference, the press conference afterwards.
Yeah. Drew lost again. So yeah, out of 10, what would you give this, or out of 5, this pay-per-view? What do you think? Out of 5 or out of 10? Out of 5. Let's do out of 5. Let's do out of 5.
3.
Yeah.
3. If we were doing out of 10, I might have said 6.5. 7.
I would say without the botches, it's 3. But with the botches, a 2. I'd give it half marks.
Okay.
So out of 5, I'll give it 2.5.
Okay, I would give it 3. But I feel fine with 2.5 of that. It feels fair.
3 is okay. I understand why 3. Because it was still a decent pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm doing it for like the level of look, he looks in pain. He's like, don't hold me. He can't even lift his arm up almost. I feel for him. I hope he's alright. That's why I'm like, I need to know if Damien's okay. I need to know what the heck happened with Jade and Bianca. Oh,
Yeah. Even the name changed when Vince forced this guy to call himself Gunter. And people are just angry. I'm like, listen, I understand why you guys are angry, but marketing is marketing. The name Gunter is better than his name before. Definitely more marketable
what
anyway.
was his name before? Well,
Um,
they've done well because
what was his name before?
I only see him as Gunter.
Can't remember now. Just put me in the spot. But it was definitely better than the name before. I can't. What's his? Google it.
All in the game gave it 3.5. Okay.
3.5. All right.
3.5.
3.5. That's a out of 5. That's a high. You like this pay per view then?
It's like 70%.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. I did say it was like a 6.5. If it was out of 10, I might have given it 7, 6.5.
Was it better than France?
No, because Bianca and Jade lost for me.
I think it was on par with France. Yeah, because the French pay per view, it didn't actually have that many matches.
Big Van Walter.
Oh yeah, Walter, of course.
Oh.
Yeah, Walter, of course it was. How can I forget Walter? Yeah, man, come on, guys, Walter, the Ring General, Walter. No, man, like, listen, Vince is a dick. Vince is disgusting, but he knows business, bruv. Gunter is a sound.
Yeah.
It's just better than Walter. Walter? That doesn't sound scary, bro. Walter's that guy that you work with that fixes like your machine when that does all the IT stuff. Flipping it. Yeah, and Gunter's better than Walter, bruv. Come on. Walter. What is that, man? If someone's called Walter, I tell Walter, go and get me my tea, man. Go and get me some tea, Walter. Get me a drink.
Get me some water, Walter.
Yeah, you can't tell Gunter to go and get you some tea. Hey, Gunter, go. Oh, I'll go get the tea. Like the ones.
Well, that's a good point, actually, Oz. Do they send concussed people to the presser?
Why? Who's concussed?
No, I was just guessing. I didn't know if Damian looked concussed when he got hit.
You think it's concussed?
No, because he got up. I mean, maybe these guys can deal with the concussion immediately and stand up. But yeah, they wouldn't necessarily let him go to the press conference if
Yeah. I mean,
he'd have to be
if
checked
someone's
out.
concussed, you go to the doctors fully. But I don't know who's. I didn't even notice Damon was acting concussed. So what's happening here? Are we gonna do a press conference or we're just gonna end the stream? What's happening?
That's the thing. I'm not sure. I want to see the press conference. We don't necessarily have to be live to do it. If everyone else is, I don't know what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, okay. Let's see who's first. But
Yeah, let's see how they're doing it.
if Drew's first, if Drew's not gonna be first, he literally just finished this match. It depends who's first. I'm not gonna wait through like loads of interviews.
Yeah,
And
I know. I just want to get to the.
because I don't really get why and I like the fact that they did it, I guess, but WWE started doing all these press conference things. It's weird.
More eyes on the product, more storytelling opportunities, more marketing opportunities, and it's the fact that they let the people up. They do the questions now. They let the actual journalists. It makes sense. You're missing out if you don't do this basically after PLE because they do it for every other sport.
Mm.
Always, even basketball, NBA finals, they come out and do their press conference every time. Big E.
Gunter is literally the barista. in the cafe in Friends.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch Friends, but I knew that would. I knew you'd understand.
Oh yeah, this guy who's he's like a background character for the whole 12 seasons or whatever. But he's really integral because he has a crush on one of the main characters. And they use that comedy, they play off that comedy all the time. He's like, "Oh, you look so beautiful today." And she's like, "Oh, no, no, no." She's just not paying attention. Gunter is like what the world today would call a simp
Okay.
in that show. I think he actually died of cancer, the actual actor. He's a very beloved actor. It's just sad. I love seeing Big E.
Yeah, it's
But
good.
Big
It's good to see Big E. It's always good. Like he's definitely somebody who, like, if he comes back, if he ever comes back, strap the belt on him straight away.
Let him speak. He's trying to speak for 5 hours. You guys just keep talking. Just ignoring Big E. Thank you.
I don't know. I don't get the CM Punk thing. I'm like, the CM Punk at this moment, yeah, I reckon could shoot a baby and still get the whole CM Punk chance.
Yeah.
He's like Trump territory. Like he's a cult. Like once you get to the situation where you are fully a cult, you can do all the heelish stuff you want, and still CM Punk. Then there's nothing you can do because right now, CM Punk like is fully heel. Not only did he do what he did, he gave him a low blow.
Yeah.
And all of these things. But like I said, on Monday you're gonna hear CM Punk, which is gonna frustrate. It's gonna frustrate.
Yeah, I'll be so annoyed.
Oh, but it makes good TV, man. We're all here to be entertained at the end of the day. Yeah, man. But what this does is make the CM Punk Drew McIntyre rivalry. It makes it even hotter.
Yeah, it heats up much
It
more.
heats it up, and that's why I want to move from this heel face stuff. I know that's how we speak, and I know it's wrestling code, and it's like Gladiator. It's like the Colosseum, bad guy, good guy,
True.
Gladiator, all these things, heel face. But in real life, if we're gonna make this better, there's no heel, there's no face. If two people want to win a belt, that's it.
Yeah.
Just choose who you want to win, and that's it. I think the heel face stuff just helps the normal person buy into it because without there being a bad guy, a clear bad guy, and without there being a clear good guy for you to boo, a clear good guy for you to cheer, and a clear bad
Yeah.
guy for you to boo, without that distinction, the average human being couldn't buy into, might not be able to buy into it. I
Yeah.
think it just helps.
It's the ease of accessibility, I
Yeah,
guess. Like, especially with you're trying to entice people in, and that's a binary that people are aware of.
yeah.
That we've all been
One of
taught.
the only binaries that people are aware of.
It's true.
How much do you need, babe?
Oh, that's it.
If he wasn't as good on the mic, he wouldn't have had a relatively successful career. Who are we talking about? Or
Maybe
the
CM
name
Punk.
is that CM Punk we're talking about here? CM. All right, so we're gonna have Isla Dawn and Alba Fyre first. So yeah, CM Punk is one of the best on the microphone. Let's not pretend. But he's also a good wrestler. He's not as good as he was. Age plays a part, right? When you watch him in the ring, he's not as clean. He's not as crisp as he was 10 years ago, and he wouldn't be. But on a microphone, even on a microphone, he's not. His promos aren't that great anymore. Like he doesn't really have much to say. Like the pipe bomb was probably his biggest um point in terms of dialogue, in terms of speech, and that whole year afterwards, he was good. But after a year of him on being on the microphone, you kind of got a bit bored of him saying a lot of the same things and saying that he was anti-establishment. While anyone who says they're anti-establishment, they're establishment. And then all these things. But on the microphone, he's still good. CM Punk is still one of the best on the microphone. But I kind of agree. If he wasn't that good on the microphone, he probably wouldn't have had. Because before the pipe bomb, he had a relatively successful career, but not that successful. It's the pipe bomb and how he delivered it and the undressing of the whole company and everything else. That shattered that glass ceiling, because for CM Punk there was a ceiling for him.
Mm-hmm.
That pipe bomb just broke through that ceiling. It destroyed it. He was having matches against John Cena, having matches against The Rock, SummerSlam, all of these things. Was it Royal Rumble or SummerSlam? All of these matches. Yeah, he was literally on cloud nine, CM Punk, for the 2 years after the pipe bomb. Now listening to CM Punk and listening to his promos, now I'm like, okay, you're not as good as you were. Maybe the subject matter and the material you're talking about isn't that tasty, but the promos that he's cutting against Drew, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm on Drew's side here.
Yeah.
Like, you literally cause trouble everywhere you go. In AEW, you cause so much trouble and you come back here, and there's loads of people who don't want you around, who don't want you back here, who knows what you're about. This, like, Drew is actually dissecting CM Punk's character and going for his character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is quite interesting. But yet every week we're like, CM Punk, CM Punk. It's that whole cult thing. It's that Donald Trump thing. It's the whole, I can R-word this woman. I can grab women I can do all of these crazy things and nothing will happen to me.
Mm.
That is to be studied. That is the psychology. That's a sort of, that's something I want to look at even more. She has a speech impediment, the Ginger.
Yeah, she's got a lisp.
She has a very, very heavy,
Tongue-tied.
very heavy, yeah, it's very heavy. I had a teacher, somebody who I worked with that was like, that looked like her, had red hair like her, and that spoke a bit like her. Like I said, Michelle downstairs is very similar to her, the way she speaks.
We should have made you go anyway. Last question. Second.
Last question.
Scotland. You guys have made us unapologetically yet again as a time.
BBC Scotland, you know.
What message do you have for your Scottish fans who support you all this time, trying and almost lost their voices for you tonight? Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we forget, because especially because we don't live there, like how much, yes, like, and we don't realise the impact. My uncle sent me a video of my like when we cousin.
You're silly. Ginger Ninja.
You forget the impact that you can have on.
Well, yeah, flipping it.
Because we come from.
Her lisp is very heavy. I don't want to bring attention to it. Everyone's different, right? No one's perfect. I ain't perfect. It is what it is, guys.
I
I still can't believe these guys are champion. I'm listening to these guys speak, yeah, and I'm like, Jade and Bianca would have give them more time with it. They would have made these belts even more prestigious. But then again, the more and more I watch their matches, and I keep seeing Jade botched, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe this whole botch match would have happened eventually. And these two are not going to have all the botches that Jade and Bianca.
No, they're actually a tag team from
They're
NXT,
yeah,
right? From
they're
NXT.
and they actually can wrestle, and they're actually a tag team.
I
So,
think they came up and there was an injury or something happened and they were taken sideline. I think they were meant to win the championship tag team things a lot sooner. They just didn't for some reason.
World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest.
all right, guys. we're probably gonna end.
Yeah, I knew it. Oh, he's limped in. He's in pain. He can't even sit down easily. Bless his heart. He looks like he wants to cry right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Damian. All rise. Yeah, Damian. Yes. Damn right. You damn
All
right.
right for me. I'm not gonna answer no question if you don't. Who ate the pin in the tag match again? It was Zoey.
Oh,
Let me answer it. Zoey Stark, because I know the answer.
sorry. I
You know
thought.
the- I'm pretty sure it was Zoey, the blonde woman. No, was it? Or was it Shayna? Was it Shayna? Either way, it was Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark who ate the pin. I can't remember which one specifically. I remember Baszler holding thingy and her tapping, but I think it might have been Zoey.
Because I thought it was when, after she did that with Jade, that Bianca and Jade did the double thing they do, and then Shayna was on the ground. But yeah, either way, one of them was upset when they came out.
Mm. That's the thing. I don't think CM Punk, when I'm seeing him wrestle, I don't know if he can
He
perform
can't perform at that level.
at a high level. Like the injury he got was such a basic move, and he got injured doing it.
When we saw him training with the NXT people, he didn't look like he was up ready. He wasn't ready, and then he got injured.
I think the way that wrestling's going, where they're picking up a lot of athletes now, and athletes who can do backflips, front flips, do all these things more than the actual wrestlers. The wrestlers can do. I think people like CM Punk who are more wrestlers than athletes, they're gonna be obsolete, man. Look at Bouncy.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff that he's doing, and then you're gonna watch CM Punk match. You can't even. He doesn't have any rope moves. Doesn't. You can't do a front flip. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's gonna be harder for. If you can't do the craziest shit, yeah, it's gonna be harder for you because the levels are just are increasing in terms of what's required now.
Journey for Title Sports Network, heated rivalry, Drew McIntyre in the building. What's your message to him tonight?
Shut your mouth. Seriously, all he did was whine, complain.
Yeah, all in the game. Punk will transition to something like commentary, presenting over the next couple of years. The body keeps breaking down. It's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like, I agree. Like, his mouthpiece is still gold.
Yeah.
But physically, like I said, the way that wrestling is going, where the youngsters now are just doing triple flips and all these things, they're basically introducing gymnasts and
Cheerleaders even.
cheerleaders,
People in NXT.
proper athletes now into wrestling. They're going to schools, they're getting the Bianca Belairs, they're getting the Tiffany Strattons, and they're turning these guys into wrestlers. And wrestlers can't compete with that. The one thing I will say about wrestlers is that athletes will go from move to move. I've said this before, like Jade and these other guys and Bianca, and these other guys who are more athletes, they know how to do the moves,
Mm.
and they'll go from suplex, then they'll do another move, and they'll do another move. But in terms of transitioning between the high profile moves, the wrestlers can do it better.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Becky will tell a story in the ring, and all these other wrestlers will tell a story in the ring, and they will have these filler
Yeah.
moves before the big suplexes, before the big moves. While the athletes might just go from move to move to move.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I noticed, the difference between wrestlers who've been wrestling since they were 9 and athletes who have been athletes all their life and only went or turned wrestlers the last 5 years. You know, there is a difference, but Vince wants sports entertainment. He doesn't want wrestling. That's what he wants. I know he's not here anymore, but we all want to be entertained. And none of us grew up watching wrestling. I didn't grow up watching wrestling, actual proper wrestling, as in mat wrestling.
Mm.
You didn't.
No.
I didn't. So technically, we just want to be entertained. So we need sports entertainers more than wrestlers, really. Donuts. Anyway, guys, I think I've had enough now. CM Punk is now on the stage, about to say something. He's wearing the Celtics.
Is it the Celtics is Irish, or is he doing the Celtics Scotland team?
No, Celtics are Scotland.
I was thinking of the basketball team, but yeah.
The basketball team. No, this is wearing Scotland. Celtic. The only Celtic I know is Celtic and
Yeah.
Rangers. So he's wearing Celtics because Celtic obviously the rivalries for Glasgow Rangers. I mean, Rangers' full name is Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah, and
So
they're
he's fully playing the heel right now.
Yeah.
With a Celtics top. Fully playing the heel.
You think everyone loves you.
Maybe the biggest guy from Scotland doesn't like me, but I think in general, I think people like this. So I disagree with you. I'm happy to be. Fraser Porter from Cultaholic Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Your injury status and your recovery's going.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna end the stream now. It's been going on for how long?
3 hours and some change. Yeah, we probably started about 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours stream, guys. Well done for us.
Yeah, and well done for you guys being part of it.
Well done to
Jumping
you
in.
guys.
Definitely kept us entertained and intrigued.
I hope we gave you a lot of food for thought. I hope the dialogue that you had from us just gave you a lot of things to think about while watching the match, you know. And we gave you guys a different perspective on all of this shit that you might not be listening to or might not have heard. Because no, look, everyone else who does wrestling watch-alongs will just be talking about the match and nothing else. We like to talk about other things and talk about the psychology of the stuff that we're seeing, man. The psychology, man. Divergent wisdom, man. Come on, man. This is like 3.5 hours of this watch along, about 2 hours of the watch along before. We're doing some sort of 6 hours.
Yeah, we've been
straight watch along.
Yeah, I
My
appreciate
brain
you
is
too.
my brain is thrashed.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Hungry. Oh, next month. What is it? Money in the Bank.
Yes, Money in the Bank. First week
All
of
in the
July.
game. Osman, Money in the Bank, man. We'll be here first week of the July. Did you say?
Yeah,
Let's do it, man. Let's come back next month.
literally after the election, the UK election. It's that weekend.
Oh snap! When is it?
The weekend. We'll be back.
Okay. Cool. Anyway, thanks guys, man. It's been lovely, man. It's been a nice stream. Even though it hasn't been a lot of people in the stream, you guys have made it really, really good, man.
Yeah,
Made
quality
it
over
fun.
quantity.
Yeah. All of that. Share, like, subscribe, all of that.
And Lisa Lou, we saw you before. Lisa Lou, like Betty Boop. That's what I've got in my head.